Well, good evening, everyone. Yeah, I know, Stefan. I know. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, if you can't hear me, then obviously let me know. But at the minute, as you can, unfortunately, it's me. And just give me 2 seconds. So I'm not sure it's for the evening. Hopefully, with other with us soon, or he's joining with us quite soon, I believe. And then Lane's going to pop along a bit later on. So unfortunately, you have to my little bit. There we have Lee and Steph in the chats. How are we doing? I mean, things are being a little bit, yeah. I know, Stefan. I mean, I've just looked outside, it's snowing, and open just to see whether or not it is or not. We just had a bit of a downpour of snow again. I've seen some videos actually that there's snow that they've been getting. So has it been that bad then, Stefan? I mean, we've not really had much. It's sort of not even really enough that even just went then, I think. But yeah, it wasn't enough just to cover the ground with or anything. Just to. Oh, good Codex. Yeah, it's definitely not good here. I mean, it's quite a lot all hit on point, and yeah, I mean the clouds dark, and we just had a serious didn't know where it come from. Oh, you still, or my that seems to be on the funny side. Good evening, Annie. Yeah, and just seem to be going to my end. Second, I'll be. Okay.
Hello.
Well, hello, James.
How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Just seem to be having a few technical difficulties my end again.
All right. Okay. Yeah. No worries.
But yeah, I
Oh.
mean, I think it could be the laptop though.
Mine's dead. That's why I've not managed to get a video out in so long. So I'm in the market for one, but with no shops open, it's quite hard, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and you know, unless you obviously
You're frozen, Tom. Don't know if you can hear me or not.
argue you.
I don't know if you can hear me or not, but and I can't see the comments either. So
Can you hear me?
oh, you're moving? No,
Right.
maybe not. Tom's just gonna try and reset. I can't see any comments, so I do apologize if if you write something I can't see until Tom comes back. Hope you've hope you've all had a good week. I can't even talk. What's going on? Let me see if I can see the comments. 1 second. Right. Sorry. Bear with me. I'm trying to see the comments. if I can. Okay, I can see the comments now. Right, who have we got?
Again.
Hello, Stefan. Hello, Scott. Hello, Tanya. Hello, Ebs. Hello, Lee. Hello, Kieran. I think Tom's frozen again.
I'd take that as a no.
I heard that bit. Take it as a no.
You heard me. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
Oh. Yeah? No?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, we'll see how it goes.
You're dropping in and out, though. No, he's gone again.
Yeah.
Hello, Silex. How you doing? Tom, if you can hear me, try and use like your phone or something, maybe. I don't know. It was bad last week as well, yeah. Need a new hamster first. Yeah. Either that or it's running on coal, one or the other. That light is super bright. I got a new one, and oh, that's better. Yeah, my knackered. My laptop's knackered as well, Tanya. That's why I've not done a video in quite a while. But as I said earlier, I'm in the market for one. But with everything being closed, it's quite hard to. Well, like I like to see what I'm buying before. I don't really like ordering online, especially something like that. Anyway. Has everyone had a good week so far? I mean, I know we're like 2 days in, but yeah, I'm pretty sure things open on the 12th. I'm not 100%. Yeah, 12th, I think. So has anybody got anything new or expecting anything in the post? I'm not, because I'm absolutely skint. been spending quite a bit of time and money in the room. New enclosures, rehousing a lot of tarantulas into their new enclosures, new racking, new vivs. It's just a lot of money. Hello,
You all
Tom.
hear me now? Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oi.
Right. Well, it wouldn't let me do it on my phone because, well, it worked fine on my phone, but where I hosted it on the laptop, it wouldn't let me be the host on my phone. So, but this is all good. Right. Now that I've got all that sorted, we also have someone else here. So I'd like to welcome Kieran.
How's it going? Thank you for having me, man. How's it going?
Hi. You good?
Yeah, man. Always good. Been like busy. Just had loads of stuff I've had to get sorted, and
Yeah.
Been a nightmare, man. But
yeah, I know the feeling.
It's one of them, isn't it? You just have to sort of get by and just do what you can. Like, I can finally go back to work next week, so I've been trying to get everything ready for that. So
yeah. No, that's good, man. That's good.
hello, everyone in the chat as well. Hello. You love it, Sidex. How have you guys been?
I guess that you've already got a queue waiting for you for when you get back to work then.
I have got some, yeah. I've actually got one of our subscribers that you all know, but I'm not saying who it is yet. But he's booked in for the first day that I actually open, so I've got him in for a full day. And then we've got a few other people booked in for the first few weeks that I'm backlog. So it's better than none, but I need to get more booked in. So I'm doing it every day, but. We'll get
You
there.
looking forward to going back?
Yeah, man. I'm losing my marbles being at home. I've managed to get loads of stuff done in the garden, and just around the house and get some bits of footage, but it's just finding time to edit it all in between everything. And so I'm going to do a few quick videos when I first go back to work. So I've just got like some quick stuff coming out, some small videos, and then give it a couple of weeks, or hopefully a week or 2 weeks, where I can actually start getting back to normal, where I can put a lot of time into my editing and get some good, decent videos back out there. Like, but yeah, life comes in the way.
Yeah, you got to do what's right for you as well. You know, like it is. Yeah, it's tough.
It is. It's finding that balance.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I did like your sign that you've got for your new man cave.
Scotland's. Yeah. Definitely the Wednesbury version of Butlins. So. Couldn't resist. I had to.
Butlins is one of those places everyone's been to, but yet nobody brags about it.
Exactly. This will be even. Hello, Ian.
Yeah, I quite enjoy the editing side of things, but I don't know. Yeah, it's like what you said. It just takes so long, doesn't it? Like,
yeah,
I'm kind of like, when I start, I can't take a break halfway. I've got to make it to the end. But it's very time consuming. Like, you could film like half an hour's worth of video, but you got 5 minutes of actual footage you're going to use, which is super annoying. But who's going to watch a half-hour video, you know?
Exactly, yeah. You up it down so much. I don't know if you do we are editing on like on a Mac as well, so we use an editing software like program, DaVinci.
Yeah.
And it just takes forever. And because the files are in 4K, like each video the raw footage is about like 128 gig. So in it, cropping it, and then rendered. Some of my videos take like 9 hours to actually render. It's a bloody nightmare. Yeah, it takes a long time. So I make sure I've got them done in advance, ready to upload. I can't just sort of do it on the day or the day before. It's a pain in the ass.
That's crazy.
I definitely prefer the recording to the editing, because a lot of the time it's sort of just doing what you do anyway, with a little bit of talking at the end and at the start for me. But the editing, it feels good once it's finished, but when you're actually sitting there for hours editing, like, it's just, I hate it. I hate it.
It's mind-numbing as well, isn't it? Like, it's yeah.
So you're saying that you broke up your Fatal Fangs 3 clips on editing time, and then
on Fatal Fangs, how long would I say it took me to edit? I probably spent about 16 hours in total, roughly, maybe a little bit more in total for my Fatal Fangs clips. But I wasn't happy with the raw footage at first, but then after I've edited them and put them together, I'm like, yeah, I can't wait. It should be good. Hopefully everyone enjoys it.
That's so long. Jesus.
Yeah.
You have a lot of patience as well, innit? Like, and like timing and stuff like that. It's oh man.
Yeah.
That's too long.
A couple of the times I did a video, and then I got halfway through, and then I thought, nope, I need to change part, and I wanted to change the music, and then because the clip didn't go with the music, I had to then go back all the way to the raw footage and completely re-edit the video. But yeah, I'd probably say roughly about 16 hours ish on all of my clips together, with what I've put in it, like some effects and transitions and bits like. So, but yeah. So if I get knocked out in round 1, I'm going to be pissed.
I was just about to say you'll be screwed. Yeah, that's hopefully that, you know.
I think I'd cry, but at least then I'd have another like 5 sort of clips that I could mangle into a video, and then I ain't got to edit a video for a week. I'll just stick that up instead. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Nah, you'll be fine. You'll go all the way, I reckon.
I don't know. There's some good competition. I think everybody's going to be bringing their A game. Like last year, like, you know, you think of like people like Mark or something are going to take it, and then last year Kelly smashed it. So it's like it's anybody's game, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the people who were in it last year, they're gonna give it their all. This, do you know what I mean? It's gonna be huge.
It is, and like double the people as well. So like that's like double the people who can knock you out. You know, it's one of those, isn't it? It's all good fun though.
Absolutely. Crapping it in the first round. That's Dave.
Yep, to nightmare any day. Tanya, I'm up against Jeremy's Wild World in round 1.
Tom's just, I think he's resetting his laptop again.
I joined in the chat early, but it kept freezing, so I was like, oh no, is it me? Or this is all I need just before I'm about to join. But it worked, so I was like...
Sometimes it happens, and it's super annoying. You know, you don't know what's causing it, or
yeah. The weather's been a little bit up and down today, hasn't it? Like, it was sunny most of the day here, and then I went out the back for like a cigarette, and it was just like hammering it down with snow, just out of nowhere. So
it's one extreme to another, isn't it, with the weather?
Yeah.
Do you have anything new, or are you expecting anything?
I haven't, I haven't had anything new for a while. I've tried to be a little bit more sensible because I wasn't working. So, like, since October, I've only done like a couple of months of, well, probably not even that, of tattooing, like, and then it was back to lockdown again, and I weren't able to go. So I've just been like living off savings and stuff, really. So I've tried to be careful and not blow a load of money on tarantulas and stuff. I've had a few mature males, but I haven't bought any females for a while. I've just been doing pairings and stuff like that, like trying to get more egg sacs, which can then fund buying more females and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
How about you? Have you had anything new?
Nah, not for. Well, I'm saving for a laptop because mine died, so I've not managed to get a video out. So, yeah. There's things I want. Don't get me wrong, but I need a laptop first. Yeah. But I see things come up on Facebook, like I'm like, oh, that's tempting, but then you got to wean yourself off of it because, yeah.
I have seen so many. Whilst I've tried to be careful, I have seen so many that, like, if it was like a couple of months earlier, I would have just bought them all, and I've not been able to. It's like, oh man, this sucks. But
this is the thing, when you've got money, no one's got anything, or there's nothing about, and you're like, what? It just sucks, man.
Yes, 100%.
Are we talking about a little dwarf tarantula here by any chance?
Oh, which one? There is a couple of dwarf tarantulas that I want, that are on my list.
I've just jumped back in because I missed most of the conversation, and
we were on about saving money.
Ah, saving money. I thought you were talking about something that had just been sort of released. Well, that someone had, should we say, Celadonias?
Oh, we got Celadonias. We got a couple. We got 2 Celadonia. We had them. God, we had them from like one of the shows before. When Spider Shop had them in, Lee kept me 2 back.
Nice.
So we had a couple of them, and I got them right for a birthday. They don't really bother me too much, but Rachel likes them, so I got them for a birthday, and at the same time it means I'll get them in my collection, so it's not too bad.
Win-win.
Yeah. Hopefully we can breed them in the future if we've got a male and a female, but they're too small to tell at the moment.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We're praying. I think he sold out quite quick though. Hadley had them, didn't they? And I think they just flew out straight away. Like.
That's it. I did see a post a couple of days ago that said that he had 26 left. How many had he had?
Go on.
Yeah, just how many he had originally, or how many he still had left now was.
They've never bothered me really. I mean, I kind of like the stuff that no one else likes.
Well, yeah, I'm
yeah.
I like the ones that you never see. The ones that I never get to see. But when you do see them, you feel good about it. It's great for them.
That's basically what I'm getting at. Yeah, absolutely.
So Alex asks if I've paired up anything else. I have paired up a few more Sidex. I've paired up Carpenteri. I paired up the Carpenteri again. What else did I pair up again? I paired up Armenia. What else have I done? I think that's it. Decent pairings, but I'm waiting on about 1, 3, 4, 6, seven egg sacs. I'm waiting for, well, and 7, 8. 8. Oh, no, 9. I've got another one behind the Mac. I forgot about the Pano Blue. Maybe 9 egg sacs I'm waiting on, hopefully. But chances are all of them won't drop. I'll probably get some of them molt out or something. But yeah, it would be nice if I did.
Well, if you decide on breeding your Acaia, then I'll take a couple of them.
Yeah, I have got pairs. I've got a couple of pairs of Acaia, but they're not. My females aren't big enough yet. So both of my females are roughly the same size as that one that I put on the picture. So it's still a while to go yet. And I've got a Flamingo Colus arboricola. I don't know if you've seen those, but they're like all black and they just look evil. I've got 2 pairs of those as well. They're bigger than my Acaia, so I'll probably be pairing those before the Acaias. But yeah, I can't wait. If I get any more Flamingo Colus, like that's it for me. Like it's my favourite genus. I need to breed as many of them as I can.
I have a few breeding. Yeah.
Of course, Ian with the Balfour. Of course, Ian, they're breeding the Balfour.
Yeah, that guy has so many of them.
I think he's just waiting for like 6 sacs all to drop all at the same time, and then just put them all as a communal.
Our 2 females, they dropped within, I think it was within about 3 days of each other. So we've got 2 Balfour egg sacs at the moment. I'm just waiting for them to hatch, but they do drop. Well, I paired them on the same days, and then there was about 3 or 4 days difference in actually dropping the egg sac. But he's got a nice little list there of what Ian wants to breed. We've done Metallica, been waiting for Metallica, and C. Versi as well to drop, hopefully.
Oh, goals. That's all I can say. One day I'll do it, probably.
Yeah, well, like I say, I think I've got 2 male Chromatus, which I'll probably end up sending off, or maybe attempting to find a female for myself and breed my Chromatus. And I might end up looking for a mature male Albiceps.
Nice. It is good fun. I think once you've done it and you've had a few that are successful, you get that when you find an egg sac. Well, when you first do the pairing, it's exciting. If the pairing goes well, you're like, yes. Then when you actually get an egg sac, you're over the moon again. And then if it's viable or the female don't eat it, then again, you're just like, you're stoked and you see them all like the little babies. The feeling's awesome, man. It's like you've achieved something. Do you know what I mean? It's
yeah, definitely.
I'd rather breed tarantulas than have a kid myself, so I'll stick to doing that.
Well, yeah, because tarantulas don't answer back to you, do they? You know, they don't ask for your money, and
I know you can actually sell them off, unlike kids. I mean,
I'm sure there's like a website somewhere that you could, like, you know, there's a website for everything these days.
The dark web. Be even better if we could actually swap them for tarantulas. Like, I'll trade you 1 child for, like, I don't know,
a mystery box.
Yeah, a mystery box.
That's so bad, but yeah. Just imagine.
I think that's more of a question towards you, Kieran, because
I have, yeah. There's been a few times where I've seen an egg sac it's on its own and the female's not on it, and she's like trundled off around the enclosure or come out of a burrow to go to like the water dish and stuff, and I'm thinking, oh, shall I take it? Because sometimes if you leave the egg sac once they've dropped it, and they don't go back to it. I've had it where they've ate it, like that happened with my GBB. When she dropped, I left it. She dropped the egg sac, and I thought she'll just go back to it and sort of pick it back up. And it was only like a few days before I was going to pull it, and I left her, and then she ate it. But some of them, yeah, I do get somewhere like they've just troddled off, gone and had a drink or something, and then gone back to it and picked it up. But I get nervous if I see the egg sacs there and the female's not holding on to it. I'm just like, oh, just leave it. Because if you pull it, you might be like taking it away from the female too soon. That's another really hard thing. Like when you first start and you start doing like your breeding and stuff, you just want to rush everything. As soon as you've got your finds that egg sac, I'm like, I want it now. Like I want to take it now. And I made that mistake a few times when I first started doing it. Like I've only been doing it a little bit anyway, but when I first started doing it and I found my first couple of egg sacs, I really wanted to just take them, and it's bad. Just leave them with the female. That's my advice for as long as possible.
What would be your dream transfer to breed?
I'd probably say my Everetti. I want to breed my Everetti. I have paired her up, but she molted out. The males are so hard to find. I managed to get my hands on 2 males, and she paired with both of the males. Then she ate the one male, and then she molted out afterwards. But the Everetti males don't last very long. So the other male died, and I was with a female that molted out on me, man. I was gutted. But I'd say them, or any other flamingo colours, to be fair, but I'd say the Everetti is my all-time favourite for now.
Yeah.
Or Dorrier. I'd like to breed C. Dorrier as well, which I've got female, and I've got a couple of people who have says that I can have their male when the male's mature, but just waiting for their male to mature.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'd like to attempt some of the killer brackies. Like the electric blue or something.
Yeah, that would be nice. That's another genus I really, really like, killers. They are stunning. We've got a male, well, I think it's a male, Cayenne Kraken, but it's only like a juvenile at the moment. And we've got an adult female, so we'll see if it does mature into a mature male, then I might give them a go in the future.
If not, it's a long way off, but I think I've got 4 slings of Cayenne Kraken, so
yes, definitely. If you get a male, let me know.
We'll see how things go.
Awesome. To be fair, like anything, like I'll breed it. I think I'm not really too fussed on like breeding like Brachy, Palma, or stuff like LPs and stuff, just because they're quite readily available anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm not too really bothered about breeding those sort of spiders, but like anything like Asian arboreal or pretty much any fossorials that I have in the collection, if I've got an adult female and a male pops up, I'll happily try it. So give it a go. I'm really hoping on the Carpenteri that she drops for me, because they're beautiful spiders. If I don't know if you've seen them, the Lampropelma Carpenteri, they're stunning spiders. Very similar to like a Flamingo Chilus, but yeah, they're beautiful black.
Yeah, I'd like to do some of the baboons as well. Gyrus.
Yeah. We've got a Marshallie that's hopefully gravid. She's looking gravid. We had the male from Dave, actually. Thank you, Dave. And still waiting for her to drop an egg sac, but she's like massively webbed up her enclosure now. She never webbed it before. You can sort of see it all here. She's just sitting there at the moment. Hopefully we get a sack from her. Oh, do I have them all? I don't know. I don't know if I've got all of them. I don't think I got all of them. We've got like Achaia, Arboricola, Saba Blue, Penulhuletorum. What else have we got? More Achaeas, more Arboricolas. I think that might be pretty much it. Everettis. We've got a couple of Everetti. Yeah, there's probably some other Flamingo Carlos that I don't have, but they are stunning. They're all beautiful.
I'm attempting all the pokies at the minute. That's my goal.
Yeah. How many? What are you on?
8 or 9, I think.
I really want to get I don't have a Highland, Subfusca Highland.
No, I don't.
I want to get a Highland. They're beautiful.
Yeah, I've got Lowland, but not Highland. And that's still sort of just about juvenile stage. It's about sort of like 3.5, almost 4 inch, I suppose.
Oh, that's another one. The one that Ian's just said, Saba Reds. They'll be in the hobby, hopefully, in the next 18 months or so. They're stunning. I don't know if you've seen them, but it's basically a Saba Red.
Yeah, I saw a post about them like a little while ago, actually. There was something on Facebook, wasn't there, about them?
Yeah, yeah. I can't remember who it was who bred them there. I don't think it was Damien, was it? Was it Damien? I don't know. Might be. Ian will know, I think. Oh, and Rufus. Sorry, that's another one I forgot. Tanya fingered me. I bred the Rufus, but my female died after she gave me an egg sac. So I've only got like a sling or a couple of slings of her from her.
Yeah, see, I've always said the Hattie and the Rufus kind of look a little bit similar in some ways.
Which one's that?
The Rufus and Hatties. Like you can like with the markings and stuff like that on both of them. That it's just sort of the coloration difference.
The markings that you get on like their abdomen and stuff. Most of your Orthodoctonine or Orthodoctonine, I can never pronounce that word, but it's basically the subfamily. It's all earth tigers. So a lot of them, like a lot of your Flamingo Carlos and stuff, they'll all have like the same pattern on their abdomen. There is a few, like obviously, I think the Fimbriatus is an earth tiger as well, if I'm not mistaken. The Chilobrachys fimbriatus, but obviously it does have some different patterns on its abdomen, but a lot of like your arboreal Orphanoctonine will have the same sort of patterning on their ass, on their abdomen. I love it. That's I think that's one of the main things that I love about them, to be fair. Like it's the patterning and the colorations. It just separates them from like everything else, I think.
Yeah. For me, it's probably, I don't know. I really like the GBB. There's something about it. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just fell in love with it, really. And
the colours popped. The coloration is so bold. Beautiful.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely stunning.
And the fact that they're good heavy webbers as well, you can pretty much stick them in a tank of whatever and it will just look awesome after it's finished.
Yeah.
I think that's, a lot of people will like say no because obviously you've got the Diamantinensis, haven't you? Which is the mini GBB. And if it was a bit more regularly available as what the GBB is, I think you'd probably have like a little bit of fight on your hands between the two of them. Just I think where the Diamantinensis isn't like overly regularly available, is it? Like you can find it, but you find a GBB easier than what you will find a Diamantinensis.
It's crazy as well because the Diamantinensis, the GBBs are actually like supposed to be really hard to breed. Like ours was hard to get to drop an egg sac, like, and then it ate it as well. Diamantinensis, I think, is probably that little bit easier. But we did pair our Diamantinensis as well before, but she molted it as well. I didn't have much luck at that time. It was a bit of a pain. They are stunning spiders.
I suppose that's always what happens when not always happens, should I say, but you've always got that risk, haven't you, of molting out rather than dropping a sack.
Yeah, I mean, because
generally you sit there and go on,
sorry, go on, dude. You go first.
Yeah, but generally when you've been breeding, you sit there and feed, don't you, almost to sort of like help them along their way, and then all of a sudden then they just stop taking their food, and at that point in time it's just that waiting game on whether or not they're going to molt out or drop a sack.
Yes, I mean, you want to give it, like, you want to sort of feed them up so they're at a good size when you're pairing them as well, and then that'll sort of like, because after they've, well, I don't know about anybody else's, but once I've normally paired up my spider, after a certain period of time, they'll either go, if it's fossorial, it'll go and web itself away in its burrow. If it's arboreal, it'll probably go in the cork bark. And they just sort of disappear. If it's a terrestrial, they'll just sort of web themselves away in the hide. And they won't eat then. So you sort of feed them enough to last through their gestation period whilst they're gravid, because they're not going to be eating for a good period of time. And mine don't normally eat up until the point where they've been paired, they've dropped an egg sac, and then I've taken the egg sac from them. And then they'll normally eat like after I've pulled the egg sac. But at the same time, like I've paired some, like a couple of weeks, about 4 weeks or so after a molt, and I've fed them up, and then I've paired them, and they've still molted out. Because some species can take like my Lividus, it took her like 6 months to drop her egg sac. So like some can take ages. My H. gigas, that took 5 months the first time. And it's probably about the 4 month mark now since I paired her again, maybe 3 or 4 month mark. And she's burrowed herself away, but I haven't got an egg sac yet. But she's not eating either, so it's a good sign. But I don't know if she's going to molt or drop. It's a pain in the ass. I think it can happen. I think, obviously, if you pair a spider and you don't know when the last molted, so if one of my males matured and I had a female and I didn't know when its last molt was, I'd still try and pair it anyway, because you're in a better chance of getting an egg sac than if you don't try and pair her at all.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to waste a male. But obviously, if you don't know when the last molt was, you have even more chance of a molting out, which, yeah, it's a pain in the ass. There's nothing worse, especially if it's like really hard to get your hands on one of the males that you're pairing as well. And then that happens, it sucks, because you don't know how long it's going to be before you can try again. But it's all part of the fun.
I was just about to say that. It's all part and parcel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you say, it's all for the fun and experience of doing it, isn't it? Really, that's more of what you get out of it than what actually happens at the end of it. You've like had that experience of that breed, or the two tarantulas being together, and then whatever happens after that is then that next stage.
Yeah, I mean, it gets frustrating, obviously, like if you've put the time in for the pairings and stuff like that, and then you don't get a sac, or you get a sac that gets eaten. Like trying to be really careful with my Balfour eggs. My one Balfour, she ate her first ever egg sack as well. So I'm trying to just leave them alone as best as possible. My one female's on the sack now, like just massaging the egg sack. So, how's it going, dude?
Hey, dude, how you doing?
Not too bad, thank you.
Apologies for being late. It's been a nightmare of a day. We literally only just got the kids off to bed, and I've just managed to get to jump on now. So,
I think we've all had one of them days, haven't we?
yeah, it must be the week for it. Hello, everyone. Yeah, sorry I'm late, guys. What have I missed?
Problem. Oh, all sorts, mate. We ain't going all through that lot again. Christ almighty.
Oh,
It's mostly just me gassing pairing about pairing spiders.
No, all for you, Wayne. See,
That's actually really, really interesting.
oh. So
Right.
yeah, it kind of knows what I've been up to today. So, I'm not new to Reps Adrian. I was one of Luke's first customers when he opened his first store in Farnborough. So, yeah, I really like the new store though. It's the first time seeing a store in Basingstoke, so really happy with that. Yeah, so really nice to have a catch up and stuff. Apparently you're in there every Saturday, so I might have to pop in and bump into you at some stage.
accidentally be there.
Yeah. So yeah, so it's been a crazy day. I worked up until lunchtime, and then Sarah had an appointment. Came back from that, rushed back, handed over the duty phone, and then we had to hightail it off to Basingstoke. Got to Basingstoke, picked up a couple of new animals, flew back, tried to get them sort of homed, rapid rate of knots, get the kids fed, get them off to. So yeah, that's why I'm late this evening.
That's all right.
So, but yeah, two new additions. Got a little baby Bosque monitor, a little baby Savannah monitor we've just set up.
Nice.
And just randomly out of the blue, because it was there, I picked up a mature male LP to stick in with the big female. Just for the hell of it.
Good luck.
So yeah, in about 8 months' time, potentially, I'll have about 2,000 little Lasiodora Parabanas going that I'm sending to everyone I've got an address for, just for the shits and giggles of it.
Without permission, they just turn up like, what the?
Absolutely.
Between 50 and 100 in a box, whatever
Yeah.
I could find. There you go.
Pretty much.
I don't think you have
It's
no
all right.
address. I think it's safe.
I was going to say, Kieran loves them. You know, he'd take them all.
I was
No, I don't
waiting
think-
for you to say that.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I have got your address, Kieran, actually. So you're safe. However, I'm pretty sure I know someone that's got it. So
I mean, how is the Flamingo Chillis vinyl doing?
He's all right, man. Well, yeah, it's a she. I still need to text them up, but it looks. I'm guessing it's a female. It looks like a female to me. But Jojo, she had a couple. She planted that one in my room, and then hers turned out to be a male. So I think she's given me a female, and she's got a male. I did offer to send it. I did say you can have it back. There was that one, and then I think they sent me 3 from in Raggies as well. So I went from none to like 4 in the space of a couple of days.
it's the two things that you're guaranteed to get in every box as a freebie in it. It's an LP or a Nandu Chromatus. It's the only 2 things you ever get for free.
I used to give them. I used to get, if I ever got them for free, I used to give them away for free.
Yeah.
So I never used to have them.
I think that's the way that I'm going to have to start doing it. But I always ask for no LPs in any mystery boxes I get. That's the only thing I don't ask. I ask them not to put in, you know. And it's sort of like, well, maybe I should.
If I ever bred them, I'd just use them as feeders. I'd just feed off each other.
Well, you just leave them all together, don't you, until you're just left with one really, really big one.
Yeah. Definitely.
New communal LP setup. All of a sudden it works, and you've got 1,000 babies that have turned out to be juveniles.
Yeah.
Or even worse, they all at maturity and they all breed, and they end up with like 100 egg sacs or something.
So you imagine the size of the enclosure you'd need for that, though.
You would need like a greenhouse, wouldn't you, or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just convert an indoor gym.
Just loose them out.
I think we said this about blondies and sturmies at some point as well. Could you imagine having them as a communal setup?
Yeah, see, I'd be well up for that.
Yeah, same. That'd be amazing.
Just literally having to convert a whole bedroom instead. Everything else has to be shipped out. You know, you've just got one room converted.
Just the LP.
I wouldn't like to be the one that has to walk in and do a rehouse.
I wouldn't mind sturmies. I wouldn't mind if I had a load of sturmies, because I'd hopefully end up with some males then. And finding a male for a sturmy just seems to be a nightmare. Because everybody wants to, so when one pops up, it's gone straight away.
It's the other way for me. So I've just bought a juvenile what I was suspected to be male, juvenile male T Blondie. It's just molted. I've just sexed the molt, and that's turned out to be female. So I've now got 2 female T Blondies, and I can't find a male anywhere.
Yeah.
Sod's law, innit? It's
Steph and I've got Bogan Brews, Karung Cola. So it's I don't know if you've ever seen the Vaping Bogan, the YouTuber. It is his juice.
banana custard.
Yeah, very true.
Whenever I hear all these people talk, you know, all these mature males they need and stuff, I think about all these slings that I'm sat on here, and I'm like, I could potentially solve everyone's problems in about 2 years' time.
Yeah. Then you got to wait 15 years or something. We had some bracky slings like not long after we first got into the hobby, and they're still in small pots. But I ain't even going to bother reusing them until they're eventually like too big for the pot.
You literally open it up and there's a spider just sat there. There's no pot left.
Legs touching all sides.
Yeah, I'll have probably died before it gets that size.
They're a bit like parrots, aren't they? You're going to have to start leaving them to like family in your will and stuff.
Yeah. We have actually done that with her. We've got a macaw, and when we had her, she was only 24 weeks old when we had the macaw.
Wow.
So that's going to go. That's definitely going to outlive me. So we've said that my mate's kid, like I'm his godfather. That's my gift to him when I die. He's having my parrot.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Even if he don't want it, he's got to have it. He's got to look after it.
Yeah, you just got to make sure if it's definitely going to someone else when you're out the way, you've got to teach it some really, really nasty words, like.
Yeah, it's starting to get really annoying now.
What price do they go for?
A macaw?
Yeah.
I think ours was either 1,700 or 1,800 quid when we had ours.
Not too bad, is it?
For how long they live. For how long
Yeah.
they live. No. It's a lot at the time. Like Rach Reg didn't want us to have one, but I've always wanted a Macaw, and I got my own way. So I just waited till I'd got the money ready. And once I'd got the money ready, I was like, right, Reg, we need to get to Manchester. We're having a parrot. And just bought it.
They are absolutely stunning now, aren't they? I mean, they're just incredible.
Yeah, she's got a little harness. So, like, when it was nice in the summer that we'd just had, last summer, I was taking her outside, and I'd made her a couple of perches, and I took her outside with a harness, and I was trying to do some like recall training with her and stuff like that, like in the garden, which is pretty cool. So as soon as it starts getting warm, I'll probably do that again with her, and just take her outside, build like a little outdoor aviary for outside aviary or something as well, so she can sit out in the sun.
Yeah, that'd
was
be
she
nice.
still as noisy as what she was sort of back on the first streams that you had her on?
She can be. She has her days. Some days she's quiet, but now she's quiet. Well, actually, it's past the bedtime. I should have covered her up now. If I go in that room now, because she knows the time. I'll walk in the room and she'll start saying good night, and she'll keep saying it until I've covered her up. But during the day, if like we've put her in Rachel's office, so in the daytime she's got the blinds open in there, she can see outside. If anybody comes past the house or is outside in front of the house, she'll start like shouting "Hello, Phoebe," and she'll start squawking. And, yeah,
you can hear nice,
her.
It's amazing.
It gets annoying.
I'd love one. I just ain't got a room, like. And it is a big commitment, isn't it?
Yeah, we try and get ours out. To be honest, over the last, I'd probably say the last couple of weeks, I haven't got her out as much as I normally would. Like realistically, you want to get them out for a couple of hours a day and like play with them, interact with them, and stuff like that. Some days, obviously, you know, like you don't have to. If I don't get her out for a week or something, it's not going to die, you know. It's just good to keep them in the habit. And she'll stay quieter because we've interacted as well. So we get these little like cat balls that the cats play with on the floor, and they've got like a plastic and they've got a bell inside. We've got a couple of them. We'll let her out on the floor and she'll start playing football or knocking it around with a beak and stuff and just entertain herself. It's pretty cool.
That's so good.
I might go and get her before Rach puts her to bed. I'll bring her. Have you just done it? I'll grab her. It's all right. 2 seconds.
Yeah, Ian's just said there he always wanted a parrot. He wanted specifically an African grey. Sarah's been umming and ahhing about getting this African grey that's out for about 4 months now. Every time she goes in there, it's there. Nobody's had it yet. She feels sorry for this bird sat all on its own. One day she's going to come home with that.
The thing is with them, like when they get stressed, they obviously pull their feathers out, and I don't know. I just feel so sorry for. Well, it's like anything, I guess, isn't it? You know, if it's not happy, it's gonna tell you it's not. But
yeah,
there's a rescue down the road there, and they've got so many of them.
Yeah,
it's such a shame, but.
Look at that. That's amazing.
Oh my! You're a pirate.
Who is he? Hello. Say hello. Did you hear? Hello.
Yeah.
Say hello then. There we go.
That's just amazing.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. I've got to do a video on her soon. Like a couple of people have said that they want to see her on the channel because I ain't had her in here for a while. So I'm going to do a little video. I'm going to bath her. Well, put her in the shower. She loves having a shower, and she'll let me hair dry her afterwards as well. Yeah.
That's amazing.
The colours are absolutely stunning as well, aren't they?
See what I mean about it being laid sometimes, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then good night. Good night. Say good night. Good night. Do you want to say it now? You watch. Good night.
Stage fright.
Good night. Say good night. Say good night. No, she ain't going to say it now. She will when I put her in the cage. Good night. Good night. No. Okay. Shh. Right. There we go. She says good night now. Good night.
That is absolutely stunning. That is.
It's amazing.
Come on. Come on.
It's noisy, though, isn't it?
You all right?
Yeah. You wondering what all the shrieks are?
Well, I did notice that actually sounded like you were choking from next door.
No. Kieran's just had his macaw on.
Oh, really?
You missed it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You'll have to watch the stream back, Sarah.
After you now, I'm going to put it on.
She's off to put it on. Oh.
What a
Yeah,
beautiful bird.
Yeah, just absolutely amazing.
There we go.
Yeah.
She's in bed.
Ever so slightly jealous there.
Yeah, a lot of hard
just a
work.
bit.
What's the average lifespan of one of those?
I'm sure it's like 60 odd 70 years.
I was going to say 60 years, yeah.
Probably they'll probably reach more than that as well. I'm sure it's about 60, 65, 70 years. So a lot longer than me. I've got her egg
Well,
as
you
well.
never know.
That's her egg that she hatched out of.
Oh, wow.
Pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, tiny little egg. And within like when I had her, I think I had it 24 weeks, I think it was. She was still already a decent size, you know. But
Yeah.
Would you say like they were a lot of work?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you can leave them. You can leave them be like you can leave them to do their own thing. But because we don't have a huge, realistically, you want an aviary that's probably as big as this room. Especially if you've got the red and blue macaws, they're or red and gold, whatever they're called. They get a lot bigger, whereas your blue and golds stay fairly good size. Realistically, if I was to not interact with them much, she should have like an aviary that's probably about as big as this room. Like the more space, the better. But because we just keep her in like a normal sized aviary for her, I try to get her out, you know, every day, every couple of days max. Give her a little bit of a play, give her a shower. You have to feed them every day. You have to put them to bed at certain times and get them up at certain times. Give them a lot of different food. So every day she has. First thing she has is a bowl of like mixed dried fruit and nuts and stuff like that. Another mix of this other parrot pellet type stuff, which has got like all of the stuff that she needs, like nutrients and vitamins and shit like that. And then of an afternoon, she also has a bowl full of red skinned peanuts and chopped banana and grapes and apple. And that's every day. So you're feeding her twice a day, every day. It's like 3 different types of food. Change of water. You know, she gets up at 8 o'clock in the morning. I put her to bed at 8:30 normally of a night. Every day. It's like having a kid. Like
I was going to say it's basically like a child in a cage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. I think they
That's
say
crazy.
that they have like that they get the same sort of mentality as like a 6 or 8 year old kid. I can't remember which one it is. 6 or 8 year old.
I've heard that.
Like they like to be played with. They don't like to be left alone. They learn to talk. Like she said hello a couple of times, but she'll, like, if I'm walking past the door to Rachel's office, sometimes she'll call me a bugger. She said normally, and she can say, she said tarantula a few times. She swore a couple of times. But yeah,
they're very intelligent, aren't they?
They are intelligent, yeah. And Dave's just said about the dust as well. Macaws are very, very dusty birds. Not as bad as like your African grey parrot, but they do have a lot of dust, and that's why I try to show her a cleaner enclosure. Obviously, the poo in the enclosure, so you have to completely clean all of that down as well.
Yeah.
They like to throw food out of the cage, so that goes all over the floor, and then the dogs try to eat it, so you have to be careful and get that up all the time. It's a nightmare. But it's definitely worth it if you're committed to everyone.
Yeah. You got that for the next, like, well, fair few years.
The rest of my life, pretty much, yeah. I'd never get rid of her or anything. I'd see her the same as like a dog. Like with stuff like tarantulas, like you can sell tarantulas off out your collection or whatever. But with animals like a dog or anything like that, it's you wouldn't generally do it. It's a really big reason.
They're members of the family, aren't they? They're not just pets.
Yeah, and it's the same with the parrot. They are companions, you know. They do like interaction. They like to talk. They like to play with you. Same as a dog, or a cat. So
I feel like that was my tortoise. Does that count?
Yeah, why not?
To be honest, that's a fucking hell of a lot of work as well. But but yeah, I mean, they can't exactly speak back to you like a parrot can, but
they're not like the best talking parrots. Like they'll tend to say like a few words or phrases. They recognise music as well. So if I put there's a Wiz Khalifa song, it's called "We Dem Boys," and every time she hears that song, I'm going to try and catch it actually for my video when I do a video on her. She'll start like jumping up and down and bobbing her head.
Yeah, man.
In the song, it's basically like Wiz Khalifa says, "Holla, holla, holla, we dem boys." And once he says "we dem boys," she always does the next "holla, holla." It's pretty cool. Like she remembers that song.
That's amazing. That is.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Like you do get some good times with them.
That's amazing.
A raven, and that's not for me. That's definitely not for me.
Yeah, Stefan, that was another song actually I did when she was dancing on it was on TikTok.
Aaron, you've got to stop showing things off, you see.
Yeah, see, it's done it now. So like I was saying earlier on, she is going to go down to the garden centre, and she's coming back with that parrot that she's on about for the last 4 months. This has just tipped her over the edge. She's definitely going to do it now.
I think if you're committed to it and like, you know, and you can put that time in, do it. 'Cause it's definitely worth it. Like,
yeah,
you just have to. You have to be accepting that they can be very noisy. You know, sometimes they can screech, but if it doesn't really bother you or whatever, I'd go for it. Like I'll recommend them. They're beautiful.
You want to hear my 2 kids screaming? If I can deal with them, I think you can deal with a parrot.
Yeah.
I think your boys would sit there and try and compete with the parrot.
Yeah. Yeah, and they'll teach it. They'll be teaching it things it's not supposed to know, I'm sure.
Well, that's it. You could kill 2 birds with 1 stone as well, then, because if you got the parrot out, the parrot can play with the kids, and then you don't have to play with the kids or the parrot, and then you can just let them play together, and it'll free up time for you.
He's got a point.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd love to see how long it kept my kids occupied for, though, because they've got minds like grasshoppers. They're fine for like 5 or 10 minutes on one subject, but Any longer than that, they're away. Just need to keep them permanently dosed up with Ritalin or something like that, I'm sure.
It's really cool. I watched a load of videos when I was doing some like training. Like I've got a clicker that I was using to try and get it to fly from one perch to another perch and stuff. And I was using a clicker and like can't remember what it's called now, but it's basically a stick that you just tap and you give them a bit of a treat every time. And there's some like tricks that you can teach your parrots and stuff. So like ours will play with like these little balls that have got the bells in and stuff. But you can actually give them like, do you know the things that you give to kids where you've got to put the square block through the square hole, the triangle?
Yeah.
They can play with those. You can actually get a little bicycle for a parrot as well, and it'll sort of steer with its beak, and then it'll use its 2 feet and pedal.
I've seen a video of that once, and I was like, "That's not real," but it was. It was.
It is, man. It's crazy.
Incredible.
You can get to play like these balls are about that big, and some people have made them like little basketball hoops, and it'll carry it in their beak and then go and put it through the hoop like the basketball hoop.
Yeah,
it's mental. Like they're really, really clever.
It would only be eggs.
I heard about that, or I read it somewhere.
That's smart. And then if you just gave it to the parrot, technically you wouldn't be doing it either. The parrot would be, and they can't exactly arrest a parrot, I suppose.
Imagine that with like tiny little handcuffs on. Sat in the back of the car with the belt on. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, you got to be careful as well with parrots. If they know you and stuff, it's absolutely fine. But if you've got a parrot that doesn't trust you, they can be quite vicious as well.
Yeah, especially like those have got quite a strong bite. Like she'll always have like a bit of a chew because obviously they use their beak like we use our hands. So like if you're playing, they'll use their beak. She's never properly bit me, but. We was in the shop when we was looking at the parrots, and one of the others, it was already flight trained, and it come and flew to me. We flew it back across the room, and it flew to Rach. When it landed on Rach, it bit her. It bit her on the ring. Yeah, not as hard as it could, but it was still quite a strong bite.
Shock, like yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the red and blues, their beaks are a lot stronger than the blue and golds. Like when they get a lot bigger as well.
Yeah, our local garden centre's got one of those. It's a massive outdoor aviary, and so there was 2 of them in there. I think one died a couple of years back, and now they've just got the one. But like people come from all over the place just to come and talk to this bloody macaw because it's there on its own, and it's got its little plaque with its like life story on there, and the thing's about 80 years old or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
They are beautiful.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning. And it's easily from beak to end of its tail feathers, easily sort of 4.5, 5 foot. It's enormous.
Yeah. They're huge.
I think they're stunning. Absolutely stunning.
See, it's like everything else, though. I really, really would love at some stage to sort of get into all this sort of stuff. It's the space, though. I don't have the space. I need to win the lottery or something. And
try living in a 1-bed house. That's when you haven't got space.
I don't think I could get the stuff in this room in your place, mate.
We struggle. Well, obviously, we don't have a bed anymore. We ain't got a bedroom. So you sort of walk in this room and like you're surrounded by it, but we wouldn't have it any other way. Like it's how it's been for so long, and it's going to be like that for time to come. But
yeah,
hey ho.
Yeah, same thing here. That's why, like when Sarah said about moving the living room into the smaller dining room and taking up the bigger room with the animals, it was like, yeah, do you know what? It makes sense. Rather than having stuff sort of scattered around all over the place, and like the odd Viv in this room and another Viv in that room and a rack in this room and random stuff on top of the TV unit. It made sense just to move everything into the one room. Easier
I think it's easier as well because yeah. Well, I think it is. You've got everything in one room, so feeding is easier, cleaning is easier. You ain't got to wander around.
Yeah, you don't accidentally forget anything when you're having one of those crazy manic days because everything's all in one room. On the side, you work your way across, everything gets done then.
I kind of just go round in a circle, like the same way every time I do it, so I know.
Hi, Angel, as well.
Oh, just noticed you there, Angel. Hi.
I've seen it in the chat. I didn't actually see it. I'm going to quickly go grab
like that to look round the corner, innit? But you can't.
I'm still working on my dinner.
What you got?
Chinese crispy duck pancakes.
Nice. What did you have, Tom?
Burgers and chips.
See, now that's a win. Every time that's a win. Not McDonald's, though.
How about you? What have you had, James?
I made a chili yesterday.
I saw that. That looked
and I
amazing.
just finished it off tonight. Yeah, thing is with chili is you make a load of it and then you're like, that was way too much. But you just end up eating it for the next few days. But I'm right with it. It's actually snowing. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's been snowing on and off here all day pretty much.
What's the...
I think everyone just does exactly the same thing at that point in time, don't they? So I checked.
Yeah, look out the window. A car just drove past and it's all white. Wow.
Yeah, like you say, every time I make a chili, I always end up making too much. But the bonus for that is it's always nachos the next day.
Oh, I love chili. So good.
A good spicy chili as well.
Yeah, spicy chili's nice. This was manageable, should we say? But a couple of spoonfuls and it was like you got to keep sniffing, like. But yeah, it was nice.
No, I'm confused. I'm not sure if Ebbs was meant to put that.
Yeah, it was good.
You didn't top it off with any of the V2 then, no?
No, I've got the tiniest little dribble left, which I tell you what, it's nice in a cheese sandwich, mine. Try that in a cheese sandwich. It's good.
Yeah. Just ordered another load of bottles, so I'll be bottling some more up soon.
Nice.
Need any more?
We can always use more. Yeah, see, we didn't ask Kieran. What did Kieran have for tea?
I had pizza. It's something quick before we come on the stream.
Was that home cooked or did you order in?
No, just home cooked. Home cooked pepperoni.
By any chance, it wasn't from that takeaway you rang up on that live that time?
No. I don't order. I had it from actual. Rach cooked it for me.
That was so funny. You were on the fit. How you didn't laugh, I do not know.
Was it a Chinese?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was actually. So
Silly
funny.
thing.
I was literally crying with laughter. It was so funny.
It was
I
good.
think it was like a number 52 pepperoni top pizza or something.
I'll have
Yeah.
number 40, the pepperoni pizza, but we're Chinese. Sound I'll have a pizza. We had Andy on one of the streams as well, and from Spiders, and he had to order, what was it, a taxi from, I'm sure he's in Wales, isn't he? He's in Wales, and he had to get a taxi to like Paris or something like that. So he was phoning up the local taxi. He was like, how much to get to Paris? There's like, it's lockdown. And he was like, it's all right.
That's brilliant.
Things that happen on the TTSNT. Funny stuff.
Absolutely brilliant.
Look at that. Look, you speak.
Oh, is I didn't even know he was in the chat either then.
I didn't, and all of a sudden it just appeared.
People have a habit of doing that on our chat. Every now and again, you'll mention someone and they'll pop up in the comments like, "Oh, I didn't realise you were there."
It was a good one, that was. And to be fair, like I think they was considering it, to be honest. He was like, just take me to the Channel Tunnel or something. Like, it was funny.
Imagine the price of that. Like,
yeah,
so expensive.
I think he did ask how much it'd roughly be, but I can't remember how much it was now.
I think that's why they were wondering whether or not to do it or not. It was like, well, think of the money side of this.
I mean, on the other side of it, he's ordering a taxi during lockdown. The guy sat at the other end was like, "Wow, this is the first phone call I've had all night. At least it was interesting."
Yeah. It was funny as well. It's like you're not even meant to go out of your own area code.
Yeah.
And because he's in Wales, technically he's going from Wales. I don't know if you have to come into England to get where the Channel Tunnel. Well, you would have to London. It is, isn't it? London, I think. Or wherever.
Still,
It's
500 quid isn't bad, is it? Like...
500 quid's all right. For travelling.
And in lockdown as well.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you could still leave the country on about £1,000 in lockdown.
Oh, dear.
Just as long as you run the right taxi company, I suppose.
Yeah. They'd do it round here. They'd do anything round here.
Well, no, you
like
can almost get a pizza
honest.
from a Chinese place. So,
Oh no, the taxis. I actually reckon that I could get a taxi to go and fetch me a pizza round here. Like they'll do anything for the money round here.
That's basically what started Uber Eats, wasn't it?
Yeah. See, Andy, you could have gone and said hello to Tanya as well on your way. It's only an hour away from Tanya. You might as well add the extra hour onto the trip.
I was going to say, I'm sure he could have like stopped off at a few places on the way through the tunnel from Miller.
It'll cost you, mate. You're on the meter, like, you know. Oh, it's ridiculous.
Like, yeah, whatever.
We could have all got him a beer ready, and he could have made a stop at every house, and we can just keep fueling him beer at each stop.
Absolutely hammered by the time he gets there, right?
Safe distance, of course.
Yeah, I've done that before for Sidex. I think that was during the lockdown at some point. Like it popped over for something. I think he was getting a canvas or something. And another time he was driving past, and I had a cider, and I was talking to him over Messenger, or we was on a call or something. And I said I was having a beer, and he hadn't got one. And he did only live up the road. So I left him a can of cider out on my doorstep, and he come past and got it off the doorstep.
That's brilliant.
Oh, that's nice, man.
Friends are full, yeah. It is good stuff.
I haven't got anyone from the community that's actually that close to me, to be fair.
Which area is it they're in, Wayne?
I'm in Wiltshire, but like I'm in a little town that's kind of in the middle of nowhere called Tidworth. Nearest.
And it is actually in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a Tesco's, a Lidl's, and a Barber's. That's it. That's all we've got here. But yeah, so I think probably Greg Rose is probably the closest. I think he's in Newbury, which is about 40 minutes up the road. Tom's probably the next nearest, I reckon.
Yeah, give or take about an hour-ish.
So, yeah, Southampton, Portsmouth area. There's a few that way. Yeah.
And I said Ian was Southampton, but now Basingstoke. So,
is that where Ian is now? Basingstoke.
Hmm.
So Ian's probably closer then, actually. That makes sense. There's me thinking he was like travelling from Southampton to Basingstoke every Saturday for. Makes sense. Makes sense. He'd live near the shop he works in, right?
Bit of a road trip every Saturday, otherwise.
Yeah, Basingstoke's only 35 minutes from here, so that's not too bad.
There's quite a few people local to us, like Inverter Ben. He's not too far. If you remember Inverter Ben.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sidex and Ebbs was literally like the long streets, but it was about 3 streets away. Pete Webster is about 10 minutes away. Jennifer's Tarantulas. She's not far either. Probably about 20 minutes or so. There's quite a few. Amy, she's about 40 minutes. So
I got no one.
I've got Ben
Absolutely no one.
You can't have a beer with Ben though. That's the only problem. He's too young to drink.
No, yeah.
Could always have a Ribena or something, you know.
Yeah.
He could have an alcohol-free one.
Or a mini milk. I don't know. A mini milk. Do they still exist?
I don't know. That was gorgeous.
Kind of shandy
Yeah,
bass.
they were well good. Shandy bath.
They're Solex and Evs are trying to get me to run to their house, which is like, I can't even remember where it is now. Is it like, it's not Bolton, is it, or something like that?
Well, it said it's about 100 miles away. You got a beer if you want to go run for it.
I'll be there in like 3 weeks. I don't run. I'm unhealthy, really bad.
You hitchhiking taxis all the way there, won't you? Yeah, just round here a little bit more. Right, get out, walk to the next one.
And he'll pick me up in his taxi. Yeah, I don't think Andy's about 45 minutes as well, so it's not too bad really.
Well, that's it. I mean, I live on a little island, so you know everyone's far enough away from me.
On an island?
Yeah, I live on a little island.
Where is it you live? What area?
Halen Island. Just down next to Portsmouth.
Yeah, just off of the south coast.
Yeah, you've actually got to cross a bridge to get to me.
No way. I think you might have told us this before. I think you might have said before.
If the bridge goes, that's it. We're stranded. Unless you've got a
boat. Away, like.
Do you not get the ferry stop off at you, no?
Well, they keep talking about bringing it back, and then it keeps going, and then it comes back. Yeah, I don't know anymore.
You'll be saying this is a zombie apocalypse. Just blow the bridge, and you'll be saying.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
but then they just float away, like probably to Paris or something.
Yeah, bye, everyone.
Cheaper than a taxi, isn't it?
Right. Well, we have
Hey, good evening. Ah,
Stefan.
Hello.
How's it going?
How are
dude?
you?
I'm good. Good, how are we?
Yeah, all good, man. All good.
Good, good.
Evening, Amy.
How's it going, Stefan? I don't know if we've
Yeah, all
ever
good,
been
mate.
with you before, dude. It's good to
Hello, Amy.
speak to you.
I think once I've been on a stream with you, and that was my first ever live, and I was like, yeah,
It's still
I'm all right now. I was freaking in that first stream.
It never gets any easier. I don't think it does anyway. Every
No,
time
I
I
think-
go before we go on, I'm like,
I think everyone does the first ever time they go on. It's such a nerve-wracking experience. And then I think after a few, you just don't care anymore. You kind of forget that the world's watching, and you just kind of focus on the people that you're chatting with.
Yeah, absolutely.
or just get drunk.
Yeah, that helps.
So, I mean, that's all I've done on my very first live stream. When I come on with you lot on PTSNT, you know, it was a big bottle of Old Rosie, and it was like, right, that's me.
I usually can't get away with it because it's always a school night for me. I've always got to get up for work the next morning.
See, I see Amy's in the chat as well, so I'll blame Amy. It's all Amy's fault. I had nothing to do with any of it.
Oh no, none of your, you know, solo live streams before that, you know, that ended up with everyone. But anyway,
Yeah. It's pretty good. I'm going to do one. I'll do one soon.
Like dress up as Ali G.
Maybe. I've got the glasses somewhere. I found them. Oh, the glasses are here.
That was so funny.
That's
The
mega.
thing is, they suit you like down to a T.
but then the other one that you released after that, with you dancing around in your big drag dinosaur costume in the garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been a few. We've done a few stupid things. I think a few weeks ago, actually, we might have been on the. I don't know if it was the last TTSNT we done. It might have been for my birthday. We all ended up wearing dresses. That was pretty funny.
That was a good one.
I wore a Batgirl outfit. I wore a kilt. Ali G. There's a few different silly ones.
I can't say I own one piece of fancy dress.
That's my normal everyday attire. That is, dude.
Oh, right, yeah.
Every day.
That's why he wears while he's tattooing everyone.
Today you will be tattooed by a dinosaur. Oh,
To be
that's
fair,
incredible.
in Wednesbury, you could walk in the street dressed as Ali G and no one would know any difference. Like, it's pretty much what they wear around here anyway.
I need to come and get a tattoo off the some
Definitely
point
do.
this year.
Definitely. That would be awesome.
100%.
We've got one someone booked in on next Tuesday. And I don't go back until next Tuesday. So the first day I open, we've got one of our subscribers booked in for the day. So I'm going to try and get a little bit of footage from that and release it.
Is
I
it
might
the
even-
one who's been wanting
Yeah.
tattoo off you for ages?
There's a couple, but
Yeah.
you'll probably know who it is.
I
But I'm
think
not yes or no. I might just get him to hold my phone and go live or something whilst we're doing it,
Yeah.
just for like half an hour or something. Be pretty funny.
Is this subscriber close to you or a little bit of a distance, Kieran?
I'm not saying.
Give nothing away.
I ain't saying.
I have an idea, but I don't know whether it's 100%.
No, so do I.
You'd probably all be right, but
That was a good stream. That was a long stream, but that was a good stream. Wasn't it something like 9 hours or something like that?
I think so. That was before we started doing TTSNT. That one, I think.
It was.
Yeah.
The karaoke one. It was. I think it was when we first went into a full lockdown, the first ever time. So it's about a year ago. Yeah, it weren't funny the day after. None of our streams are funny the day after because I wake up in the morning with a massive hangover and I'm like, what happened? And I'm scared to watch everything back. And then the pictures start popping up and people send screenshots and stuff. And I'm like,
Good night, Diana.
Good night, Diana.
Good night, Diana.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
if I remember rightly, I think I was still working the next day and stuff, and I tried to watch as much of it, and I like woke up the next day and like Angel was just like, "You won't believe it." I was like, "What?" It's like, yeah, showing me pictures, and I'm like, "I missed it."
Yeah, it was bad. Like it's mental how many people people actually stayed on for the whole thing as well. Like Amy was in there from like start to finish and stuff, and Acid Splash and a few other people. It's crazy. Like how people can sit and watch me look like an idiot for so long. I would have turned it off as soon as that like karaoke part started coming out. I'd have been like, nope.
That was the best bit.
Terrible, man.
But this is what this is all about, though. It's, you know, so that everyone can have a good laugh together and just sort of.
Yeah.
At the time of your stream as well, when that happened, it was almost like as if people wanted to forget about everything else that was going on, and just was quite happy to be what was happening there and then.
Never again. Well, I'll say that, but we'll see what happens when I do a stream and I get drunk or something. But the good thing is, the next time it happens is now we have StreamYard. The next time it happens, like it won't just be me looking like a prat on my own. I'll make other people come up and do it with me as well. So if I'm going to do it, we can have 10 people on StreamYard. So if I'm going to look stupid, another 9 people can.
Wayne, I'm out of sauce.
Neuted. I'll get some sent up, bud. Like I said, I'm just waiting for some new bottles to arrive so I can bottle some more up, and I'll send some your way, dude.
Nice one. I got a message on Friday anyway about that hoodie.
Say again?
I got a message you on Friday about that hoodie anyway. So
cool. Yeah, give us a shout, bud. We'll get them sorted, and I'll send it all in at one. Save on some postage.
Far too many takes of my first video, so
so you ran out of sauce. Fair enough.
And I would send you back, but I want to keep them to go up on the shelf with everything else.
Fair enough.
How many mugs are you on now, Tom?
Too many.
You've got to have a good few now.
35?
Wow. That's a lot, dude.
This was... I'll show you the other one. This was my latest one.
That's awesome.
Cool. That's
nice
awesome,
and personalised.
Yeah, well, he asked me, and I sort of was half tempted not to, and I thought, you know what, I'll get my name put on it as well.
You almost said no to
the channel anyway. I think there's only another 4, 5 coming. Something like that.
God.
And
Do you ever get
I've got mugs.
Don't worry. Every time I put up a post about them as well, I always go, "Oh yeah, if I haven't got yours, don't let me know."
There you go. Sodek said you got another 600 coming from him.
6,000.
Oh, 6,000. Oh God, yeah. Sorry. We did pretty well. The mugs did. We never got any more printed. I think we only got them printed twice. Got like 2 batches of them, but obviously because of all lockdown and stuff, getting everything's like slowed right down. I need to get T-shirts made and stuff as well.
Yeah, I need another one of your T-shirts. Mine kind of had an accident in the tumble dryer.
Oh no. Oh no. We've not got any at the moment. I want to get hoodies done as well, and I'd like to get some snapbacks done.
Oh, I'll definitely take snapback if you get them done.
Yeah, I've had a few people ask for some bits and pieces of mine, but I generally only get them made up as and when people want them, because it's not cost effective to get it done in bulk if you haven't got enough people out there that actually want to. So, yeah.
The hard thing is as well, like, and Amy would probably agree with me on this one as well. Like, I've got a load done in bulk, and like quite a lot of people bought them like when we first had them done and stuff. And then because I'm just sitting here, I'll always just go, oh, someone can have one, and I'll just give loads away. And then it's even worse because it's like, well, no, it's actually just cost me more money. But it's all good fun. I probably gave out more than I've sold.
Yeah, I've had a few go out for some giveaways now. In fact, I've got another 2 going out. When they arrive. I've just had made up to. One's going out to Rocky Mountain Spider Freaks. Got a hoodie coming. And a couple of others as well. But the bonus is with some of the shops now, you can just upload your designs onto their shop, and people can buy direct from the shop, so you don't actually have to order in bulk, which helps.
Yeah. Spood and Scoville condoms.
I know, see, but then that was like when I won the TTSNT, and you guys were going, "Well, what merch haven't you got?"
Oh no, is that peeled?
Peeling, yeah.
I think I'm going the next design. I've got to do some designs for my I've got to get them printed for my members only T-shirts. I'm still waiting for a lot of my members to give me the sizes though. Only a few people have. But I'm not going to do like, hey, that design on the back's got loads of vinyl, the vinyl sort of stuff. I'm just going to do it like where it's less. Because my other T-shirts that I've had from like even the first ever ones I got done, the white ones, they haven't even peeled yet. I always keep about like a couple from each design I do, and none of them have peeled or anything. Whereas those, because it's got a lot of vinyl and the logo sort of cut out of the vinyl, I think it's easy for them to peel. So might have had a bit on them ones for the design. Really, it's pretty crap.
And I'm sorry, Amy. Yeah, it did turn up. I bought one for myself. Angel stole the other one.
You got half somewhere. I think so.
Well, all right.
Well, I've got.
Yeah,
Stephanie's collection going.
Yeah, I need more of them.
I don't have one of Amy's yet.
We have Amy. Heap of cards.
Maybe that one too.
We have someone else's. Not sure who this.
You don't want to chuck that one away. You don't want them.
Well, one of these ones. We have some of these ones.
Yeah, I've got a few of them.
Well, they're new ones from Portsmouth Tarantulas. I ain't seen them ones before. I got the black and red ones and the red and black ones, but not the half and half ones.
This is because I complained to Scott about it. I saw everyone else getting them in their boxes and stuff, and I was like, Scott, where's mine? He was like, oh, sorry. But, I've still got one of these ones.
God, we only ever gave a few of those out. Like, I've still got like about 200 of them just sitting here. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a lot of creatures from the north ones, from old orders.
Yeah.
Spider Planet. Emma chucked one in before. Do. I was just
was wondering if he was going to bring that up.
That's only for you, dude.
That's a one-off.
Was that left outside with the can of cider?
No, he won it on a stream. I can't remember how now or why, but it weren't that long ago. Yeah, he won a sock. I can't remember why.
That was your birthday stream, wasn't it?
It might have been, yeah. I think was that our last TT, or did we do one since? We might have done one since, I think. Can't remember. Or it might be the last one. I can't remember. But yeah, he won a sock. He keeps it under his pillow. That's what Ebbs tells me, anyway.
Yeah, he was on the stream with us last week. He was telling us about
next to him, but
Crazy, man.
Ah.
I hope it's still clean.
Well pointed out. Well pointed out, Scott. So it's time, Stefan, for what's in Stefan's cupboard.
I haven't made a sign for this week. Hang on.
I'm not sure if you've seen this yet, Kieran, but there's now a new
when did
game
this come out?
show.
Something is hidden in the cupboard that is not meant to be. Can we see what it is?
This is salt, by the way, just so you know.
It's what, sorry?
Salt.
Salt.
Yeah, it's a salt shaker. If I can get that to stand.
Is it clearly visible as well?
Should. This one's a bit harder than last time.
Looks like there's something hiding behind the ketchup.
Yeah.
Playing again with the eagle eyes. And it's not mine.
Oh.
There we go.
I'm not sure if that's the worst thing that you could find in a cupboard, though.
Yeah, it could be worse things.
There's a tarantula last week.
Scorpion.
There we go.
But it was in a tub. It wasn't just a loose scorpion.
Just loose in the kitchen cupboard.
If no one's seen last week's stream, please, no.
It was in an enclosure.
It wasn't just a random scorpion walking around. Then you say this, you know, there's people that have like OBT slings roaming around the house, and you know, so you never know what you're going to find in your cupboard.
And
We have
just
got
when
Yeah.
somewhere. A sea hog is just loose somewhere.
Yeah. I don't live in that house anymore. So I end up telling this story almost every couple of weeks, but I basically bought an adult female OBT. This was probably about 5 years ago now. Bought an adult female OBT, didn't know that it had been mated. She constructed a sack, the baby's all hatched out, and I started seeing random little spiderling looking spiders wandering around the house. And it turns out, yeah, the OBT had hatched out, and they'd managed to get from upstairs in the spare room all the way down into the kitchen before we even noticed. We collected up everyone that we found, but I don't know how many we left in that house when we moved.
Oh dear.
They're pretty bomb-proof as well, so I guarantee some of them survived.
They'll always find food, like some sort of food, won't they?
Oh yes. I've not looked back since.
That's one thing I'm worried about my Balfour, because I'm not sure if they'll be able to get through the metal vents when they eventually hatch. And I don't want to, like you say, everywhere, all through the holes in the tub.
Yeah.
worst one I heard was, I'm pretty sure it was Sidex's Celedonia that escaped, and he sold the bookcases or something.
Yeah.
No.
This old lady just sees a colourful spider.
A really bloody expensive one as well.
Yeah, I was going to say that's going to be the most expensive smudge on a wall somewhere ever.
Man.
At least he didn't buy it in the very height of them when they were first originally brought into the hobby, when they were like 400 odd quid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ours are still tiny. Like, I'm seeing a lot of people's, and theirs seem to be big. Ours are just still bloody small.
What's that? T. Caledonia?
Yeah, we've had it for a good while now. Well, them.
They don't really get particularly big though, do they?
No, they stay fairly small, but
then sometimes is that not a slightly good indication? Because then maybe it could be female.
yeah,
Yeah. It's proper Diddy, innit?
that's gonna focus.
Yeah. You can just about make out a little speck in the middle of it.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah.
trap door.
And they are stunning, but
Well, until
Nice.
they go down to about 50 quid.
yeah.
They're not really my. I'm not actually that fussed about them, to be fair.
I'm not overly. I mean, maybe if they're a sort of good size of about 4 or 5 inches.
Yeah, they just started did it, didn't they? I think, what did we get to? About an inch? Is about an inch they get to, or something?
Yeah.
Something around that, yeah.
Yeah. Not much going on here. I just want something to happen.
What's that?
Where did
Keep
James
looking
go?
around, waiting for sacks to be dropped there, Kieran.
What was that, sorry?
Waiting for sacks to be dropped there, are we? You know, just keep hovering around.
I'm waiting for my Balfour who wants to hatch. I found the egg sacs on the 9th of the 3rd and on the 23rd of the 3rd. Oh, 23rd of the 3rd. It before that. The 9th of the 3rd. That would probably be about 15th, 16th of the 3rd. And what are we on now? We're in April 6th. Still maybe a little while to go. But I just want it to happen. I've got a few more that I'm waiting on as well, like the Amernia, Calciart. I think the HMAC might drop again as well. I think it might double clutch.
Okay.
Because it hasn't molted since it did drop an egg, since its last egg sac. So, and it's still quite big. I just want more babies. I need to find more babies.
So if you're getting rid of calciatums when it comes to that point as well.
Yeah. Same here.
Cool. I'll do like a video and stuff and just say when I've got them, so then people can just go, yeah, we want these. Or I'll put a poster. She should probably drop soon. She last paired on the 16th of February. So maybe another couple of weeks and hopefully I could get something. I think it's roughly around the two month mark with them. So who knows? Who knows? Does it eat springtails? It eats. I'm feeding it fruit flies, Scott. Sometimes it eats a bit of a mealworm as well, the small ones.
No.
Tony's just asked if anybody's got any pokies.
I haven't got slings. I've got some views. I'm not too bothered about my power. No. I'm waiting on a Metallica egg sac still. It's been like forever.
Yeah, still got a world wait before 3 or 4 Metallicas get to that stage.
They're a nightmare. Like some people manage to breed them quite easily, but others, like when I've, it's just an absolute nightmare to try and get them to drop. You have to really, really like after about 4 months, really soak their income.
Yeah.
And I always type up the vents as well to try and get them to increase the humidity and get them to drop. But so far from on Metallica, nothing. I've just soaked her and I'm waiting for it to dry and hoping she eventually does a sack. But
yeah, twice in the past I've tried breeding Metallicas and it's not come to anything. First time, male and female were cohabiting for I don't even know how long. And then one day I came in and she'd eaten him. Second time, they just didn't go anywhere near each other. Absolutely no joys whatsoever. Eventually took the male out because he had to go to someone else. And then whether they did anything or not, I don't know. But she molted out, and yeah.
My regardless, but my Metallica paired before my regardless, and she ain't molted out. And I think it's probably the same. Like how you said, you left your mail in for God knows how long. It's got to have been about 6 weeks. My mail was in there, and then I gave him to Sidex. I don't know if Sidex ever got anything from him or if they paid or anything, but yeah.
Yeah, in fact, I think he was talking about that last week. I think he said that they were in together for quite a while, but I don't remember if he said he physically saw him do anything. Because we were saying the same thing last week. Like, we never actually saw it. The male was drumming, but the female just wasn't receptive. She was tolerant of him being in there, absolutely fine. Like I said, for probably about 6 weeks, and then just went in there one day, and there was just a chewed up pile of mail.
But them mating, normally that's a good sign with most Eurasian arboreals, because like with pokies, their mating rituals like takes forever. So like you'll never normally see a pokie pair. I've caught it like when I've been out the room and I'll come in at like 2 a.m. or something every night before I go to bed. And I come in there once and I caught them actually like pairing up. So I got a little bit of footage, never released it, just a little snippet on my phone. But normally you won't really catch it. Like most of them, they're just tapping for ages and ages and ages, and you have to just leave them to it. I normally just chuck the mail in, and if with my Asian arboreals, and if they get eaten, it's normally a good sign that they're actually paired up.
Yeah.
I think I am going to have to shoot off soon though, because Rach is waiting for me to watch a film. I'm going to get like beat up if I don't. I can say it because I don't know if she's watching.
Yeah, no worries.
She's just come and beat you up anyway.
You know what she's like, dude. You've been around long enough now. Like, you know what she's like. She beats me all the time.
You watch her come in the chat all of a sudden and go, "No, I don't."
Yeah. Or come through the door and punch me.
Tell her we need our bedtime stories back.
What I need to do, I need to get her to record loads of them. So then, like, because we're not doing TTSNT at the moment either, like, that'll be back at some point, but we're not sure when or anything yet. I need to record her reading a load of books, and I can just dish them out to people. Yeah. So then if like, anybody's doing a stream, they can just play a video of her doing it or something at the end.
Awesome.
I know, well, they did say that she should start her own YouTube with just bedtime stories, but...
Yeah. She was all up for it at one point, but I don't know if lockdown sort of got to her and she just can't be asked. But if I'm ever doing a stream, I'll make sure she does a story.
Roger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tanya said she needs one for the Webbers.
We'll get one sorted, Tanya. I'm going to tell her it's in. Right, and guys, thank you for having me on, man. It's been awesome.
No, thank you for joining, buddy. Fantastic having you here.
Thanks for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
And if no one hasn't, go over, check his channel out, subscribe, do all the usual stuff.
Thank you.
See you later.
Catch you later, guys. Have a good night.
All right.
Good night, mate.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh. Something's wrong here. It keeps just ending up with me and you, doesn't it, mate?
No, every week.
Last men standing.
We spice things up a bit.
So what's in that one?
That's the double dare. It's Caroline.
Oh yeah. Nice. What's it like?
It's not bad. It's close to yours, but not as good.
Well said. Well said.
Yeah. 14,000 Scoville. 1,400. I can't read it.
No, that's like next to nothing.
Bit more focus.
Oh, I can't quite see that. 140,000.
1,400,000.
Oh, 1,400,000.
There you go.
1,400,000 Scoville.
Yeah.
What's it like heat wise compared to mine?
Not as hot, but still hot.
Cool.
I am not down in it.
Nice. Yeah, wait until you try this next batch.
And the pure paste.
Well, so I've got the pure paste.
Mhm.
So I mean, that's. I'll be honest with you, straight off, like I said before, mate. That's not going to be nice.
Yeah. I'm
That's
up for it anyway. You know,
It's going to taste like crap because it literally is just pure blended chilies, and it's like 70% Carolina Reaper. Then it's got bird's eye chilies and some red Fresno chilies and some, I think, red habaneros or something else chucked in with it as well. And then it's just got a bit of garlic and ginger blended in with that. So it's literally just a pure paste with none of the flavorings or nothing to dilute it down. But the sauce, I've made up 2 batches.
Okay.
So one batch I've basically made up with the standard chili paste that I've created.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second batch I've made up and I've blended in an additional 10 Carolina Reaper pods.
Okay.
So there's like the hot version and then there's the really hot version. So
I look forward to them both.
So yeah.
Me and Scott have decided on something.
Yeah.
We're doing a little, I wouldn't really call it a collab, but I would in a way.
Okay.
I don't know if I should tell you, but we're getting something in to do a chili challenge.
Okay.
And he's going to come round and feed the trenchers. He's obviously never had the experience. So this will be first for him.
I cannot wait.
Obviously, we've got to wait a few weeks first, but it's going to be a good one.
Good stuff.
Saying to him earlier, I'm more excited about my second video, and I haven't even properly finished my first one yet.
Well, here you go.
Hello.
The man himself.
I have a tripod now.
Nice backdrop too.
Yeah, cheers. Just some curtains.
Bedroom curtains.
My lucky cupboards.
So how you doing, Scott?
I've had to move something this evening. So, you know.
Had to, what was that? Sorry, Tom?
I've had to move something this evening. From behind me. Right.
Don't want to ruin a future video, eh, mate?
No. But like I say, you know, if people have been watching the streams all the way through, then
they'll have
I have been dropping hints, you know, for a good few weeks now.
So I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well. I'll just twist the camera around. But down there, just getting ready to go. That's the Viv that the new Savannah monitor is going in.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about right. They like it about the surface of the sun. So you want plenty of light in there.
Yeah. It's not so much the light, it's the heat, really.
Yeah.
You're talking a species that the basking temperature's got to be around about 115 degrees Fahrenheit, which is nuts.
Yeah.
It's like 41 degrees.
Yeah, the surface of the rock can get up to about 55 and they'll just lay on it like it's nothing.
Yeah.
It kind of tempts you, put your hand on and you're just like,
Yeah, cook an egg on it.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing?
Scott, do you still have any of yours that I gave her?
Yeah, but it's downstairs.
Oh, go get it. We're going to be doing a video soon. You can have practice.
All right. Well, just before I go, I have got some really good news.
Okay.
Because I've managed to basically I'm partnered with my friend that I originally got all my pods with now. So I've got more selection that I can offer out to people. And we've also lined up that we're going to have some Porcelio Bolivari, which are absolutely stunning. And he said that I can keep them at mine. So I'm so excited. But I'm also getting a lot more. I'm getting some zebras, some yellow zebras, and a couple of other bits. So it's been a really good week.
That's awesome, dude.
So I'll pop down and get some chili sauce then, and I'll be back in a second.
See you in a second, dude.
I'm not alone.
Oh. Yeah, Sidex, this was just pure fluke getting this one in the end. I mean, we've got all the stuff here to set it up and everything else. We had all that in advance anyway. But it was just that we were planning on popping down to see a friend of ours that owns a reptile shop, and we had the opportunity to pick one up at a very, very reasonable price. So we were like, why not? It's going to get big, but it's not going to get stupid big. So yeah, I mean, it's only a baby at the moment. We're talking like that. So, and it's cute as a button. It proper looks like a little miniature dinosaur.
My
They
wife's
still get
got
to
her
a fair
own
size,
crocodile.
though, don't they?
Say again?
They still get to a fair size, like
Yeah.
adult size.
Yeah, so adult size, they sort of top out about 3.5 to 4 foot from nose to tail, like nose to tip of tail. But they're quite heavy bodied, so they're quite chunky. So whereas something like a Nile monitor, where it's like mostly tail and then a decent sized body, it's not. It's a big chunky body and just an average sized tail. But yeah, so fully grown, it will go in probably like a 4x2x2 at least, preferably a 6x2x2. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I think when I had my like sub-adult, he was in roughly a 4 foot by 2 foot, but it was an old fish tank, so it was more like 2.5 to 3 foot tall.
Right.
But where it was a sliding top on it as well, it was very viv defensive.
Yeah.
And I was left with a lot of scars, should we say.
How old was he when you got him, though?
I'm not 100% sure, but I know basically it was a rescue.
Okay.
And the guy that had him before me was pretty scared on getting him out the tank. Yeah. And basically used a Kevlar glove to obviously get him out.
Yeah.
Once
Kevlar with corn snakes.
Once it was out and roaming around, it was fine. You could go over, you could pick it up, and you could do whatever. You could let it run around and sit on your shoulder, and that wasn't the problem. It was just where it was. I think as well where it was a fish tank and you were going in from the top.
Got going over the top of it.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was just one of those things that sort of like felt a bit as if it was being attacked by a bird.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense.
But yeah, as I say, when it was out roaming around, it was fine. Well, when it was with me, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, this like I said, this one's proper tiny, so I'm hoping that you know, with regular handling and that sort of stuff, by the time it's big enough to actually cause any damage, it will be a lot more chilled out.
Yeah, the teeth on them aren't really one to be messed with.
No, they can make a mess. It's the claws on them as well. Actually, people make the mistake of picking them up wrong and then getting raped by those back claws. That's not fun.
I can imagine.
But yeah, I've seen people that have had like really well handled bosks that have just been like so chilled out, almost trained like dogs.
Yeah,
like they'll just leave the Viv door open and they'll come in and out whenever they feel like it, and they'll come over when they're called to pick up food and stuff like that. So I mean, they're quite intelligent lizards as well, so they do pick up stuff like that quite quickly.
that's what I eventually wanted to do with mine, was eventually change his tank so that it was then sat on the floor, and basically when I walked in from work I could literally just like slide open the tank, because I lived in like a 2-bedroom place and I had a complete animal room, and like, I could then sort of like just slide the door open, let him have a roam around while I was like feeding everything else and doing whatever I had to do, and just sort of like having roaming around my feet. But it unfortunately didn't get to that point, and you know, other bits got in the way, and but yeah, that, you know, it's one of those things. As long as you've got the time and you put the effort in with them and stuff like that, then generally you can find that, yeah, they are like dogs in the sense that you can train them, but they're not in the sense of dogs that eventually, once they get to a certain age, that you can't train them. You can basically train them regardless of their size or age or anything, as long as you can put in the time and effort with them.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying earlier on. That's the bonus of moving everything all into one room as well. You know, it's not bouncing all over the place trying to get time to get this one out and get that way. If everything's all in one place, it's much easier to deal with. So Sidex is looking at converting a garage into an invert room. So yeah, look forward to that. I've kind of done that with half my garage.
I need a second shelf.
Trip to B&Q then.
Yeah, literally a trip to B&Q in a couple of days' time. Yeah.
Yeah, I just need to extend this room.
Yeah,
you'll need more than one.
We've already taken up like the full garage with the full conservatory with animals and stuff. So
yeah.
But like I showed you, well, posted that picture in the chat of the new tortoise table. I mean, that's basically taking up the conservatory. So
that's a beast, isn't it? That's going to be a beast when that's done.
I mean, that works out at 2'6" by 6 foot.
Sounds like it's been made out. Sounds like it's been made out of a door.
It's actually been made out of an old bookcase that we had sat in the corner of this room. I mean, I was looking on Facebook the other week for old bookcases, and I found one that I liked, and I was like, "Oh, look, you know, here's one for a tenner." You know, it's like, well, why would you pay for it? They come up on Facebook all the time for nothing. I was like, all right, we'll wait. Next minute, it's like, well, we've got that one sat there in the corner. She's like, all right, I'll pick up a chest of drawers. We'll get rid of that one and you can have it, and I'll get a chest of drawers to put in place. I was like, so yeah, within like 2 days of me talking about it, that was it. A chest of drawers has now gone in place and the bookcase went. I walked in from work and she's like, "Oh yeah, there's new chest of drawers in there, the bookcases in the conservatory."
Oh, that's a
But
good
yeah,
shout.
I
Out.
mean,
Chinese water dragons are amazing.
Chinese water dragons are incredible, but I personally prefer the Australian ones just because they've got the bandit mask over their eyes.
Yeah.
but even them, they need a reasonable size enclosure, don't they? Really?
Oh yeah, they both need the same sort of size enclosure, and even together they're both similar. Only the Australians need higher temps, from what I understand.
Yeah.
I'm still looking into them for my reptile group because although I'll never keep them, I like to have a base knowledge on basically everything that people are going to keep. So in my beginner group, I've got every care sheet pretty much apart from New Caledonian geckos for most, if not all, beginner species you can think of.
Okay.
What people class as beginner. And then in the advanced group, I was looking at doing over 180 different reptiles care sheets just to have them all in one place. But it's such a big uptake, I haven't really had the time to start it properly. But we've got stuff like flying snake care sheets and stuff on there at the moment.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
So what am I doing with this hot sauce then?
You're drinking it. What's in the mug?
Greek yogurt and sugar.
You doing the whole thing?
I don't know.
How much have you got left in there? Let me see. Oh, God. Put a little bit more in. Make it even.
I'm not. Yeah, go on.
Is that what he's got? The same stuff you've got there?
No,
No, I didn't want to try this. That's yours.
Oh, right. Okay.
No one to do.
Bit better?
Yeah. All right. 3, 2,
Go.
1. Are you enjoying that, Stefan?
You didn't even do it, did you?
It's not that bad.
Wait for it. It builds.
What's that? The V2?
Yeah. The hiccups have started.
Oh, still got a little bit.
The question is, Scott, can you still speak?
Yep. Speak.
honest opinion. How does that taste?
Oh, mate, fucking amazing. Sorry, pardon language. No, I really like it, and I can't wait to taste the next one. But it's not the heat with me. I react to certain chilies, and I get really bad hiccups. And when was it a chili tent thing in a country fair? There was an old couple in front of me, and I'd done the loudest, scariest hiccup in the world because I was trying to keep it in. And then they decided to absolutely jump out of their skin, and they thought I was going to attack them after trying Chili Pepper Pete's Dragon Blood XXL, whatever it was.
Wow.
Well, the heat's not even that bad. I don't even need that yogurt.
You probably will do next week or week after, whenever we get it.
That's gone now. I think Stefan's just playing a game. It's just a wimp.
tell you what that stuff is good for, is clearing your sinuses, though.
Yeah, yeah, I get that.
Should
Look, I'm not
prescribe
even
it every time you get. Yeah. Just don't make the mistake. Just don't make the mistake of touching your eyes. Now you've touched that bottle.
I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid. Wait, have you ever tried one called
Ooh.
there's one that's called Satan's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's me.
Yeah. Oh, that's the point. Sidex, have you received your bottle of hot sauce yet, mate?
I'm sorry for the occasional earthquake on my part.
Not yet. That should have well been there by now.
Do you not remember how long my first bottle I got off you took to arrive?
Oh yeah, that's true.
That was ages.
Yeah, but we're out of all we're supposed to be out of all the trouble with the mail and stuff now.
Yeah,
so I was
true.
expecting things to start arriving a little bit quicker.
I would have thought so.
Yeah, it should definitely have been there by now.
My lips are burning now.
Post can be. I tell you what though, mate, if it's not there by tomorrow, let me know. Just give me a shout on Insta. Because I'll have bottled up some of the new stuff by then. And I'll send you out a bottle of the new batch as well. If you end up with both, bonus. The yogurt on his lips. Oh.
What was it you were saying you want to get for when we do this video? What was it you were saying you want to get for when we do this video?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't. Let me go on the message.
I'm not looking forward to this video.
Mango lassi?
Oh yeah, mango lassi. It's an Indian yogurt drink. It's really good.
Never had it.
It's tasty.
To be honest, I don't even need this yogurt. I'm just eating it because it's really nice. I'm not actually in that much pain. Definitely need a barbecue sauce next.
Oh, speaking of geckos, just found another 6 eggs in the morning gecko setup today.
Nice one, mate.
So funny, those eggs are so tiny.
I was thinking about morning geckos, but I don't really have the space to house them. Because even though they're only small, they still need a decent enclosure.
Well, you can get away with having a couple of them in a 30 by 60 Exoterra.
Yeah, but it would have to be on my Vivs, and my Vivs get hot. Because they're heating and the lighting that transfers through the top. That's why my pods are on shelves rather than on the actual Viv.
Yeah.
My lips hurt. I'm trying to think what other news I've got. I've got more Bumblebee millipedes coming. Got about 14 of those coming. And I'm looking at a trio of Chromis Diaphorus, the African black millipedes.
Yeah.
because they should breed quite easily in captivity. So I'm talking to Tony Webb about getting some out at some point.
Awesome.
At least I know who kept it.
Well, Sidex might know, but I won a raffle over on Tarantula Zone the other day,
Yeah.
which ended up being 6 killer brackies.
Oh,
All
Which-
slings, obviously, but
which-
I think it's 2 Cayenne Kraken, 2 Electric Blue,
oh,
2 Hahini or Fimbriatus, can't remember. Or it might be 1 Hahini, 1 Fimbriatus, 1 Cayenne,
okay.
and something else, I think. Or there might be one of, but yeah, I won 6 in total.
That's mega.
How much are they normally? Because I know they're quite stunning.
Well, I know the Electric Blue slings are around about 15, 20 quid generally,
Yeah, thereabouts.
without everything else. So you're talking like 30 quid basically just for them 2.
Yeah, you're probably looking at, if you were to buy them individually, you're probably looking at about 100 quid's worth of teas there.
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah, retail prices.
Yeah. That's why I'm so
No,
glad.
no, Tanya. Tom doesn't win everything. You win everything. Tanya wins everything.
Like, that's why I'm really glad that I was able to do a trade for these Bolivari, because
It's not Tanya, it's
I've got
Jojo.
another order. What's that?
So if it's not Tanya winning, it's Jojo. That's a good point.
Or Danielle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Danielle's taking another one now, isn't she? Because she's got the hoodie from my giveaway,
Yeah.
my 1,000 followers giveaway.
What's happening with the other 2?
So the two people that were selected that came in first and second place. Obviously, the rules in the competition are quite obvious and quite simple. It's there for everyone to read, and the main key points of that was to make sure that you were following the 2 people that sponsored the giveaway, which was myself and my mate who does Northern Limits BCS.
Yeah.
And the two first and second place winners, when I went to search for them on my thing so I could send them a message and say, like, you guys came first and second, I couldn't find them because neither of them were actually following me. And then when I checked on Grazy's thing as well,
Yeah.
following him either.
They just commented.
So they'd literally just commented on the post, but not done any of the other bits to go along with it. So general consensus in the end was from everyone pretty much, apart from the odd 1 or 2 who said to do a redraw. Most of them were like, now sod it, just bump up the 3rd and 4th place winners to 1st and 2nd place, which turned out to be Rocky Mountain Spider Freaks and can't remember his first name, that tarantula guy.
Yeah.
Who, when I messaged him and told him that it had been bumped up from a set of stickers to 2nd place winner, he was absolutely over the moon. Even more so for the fact that the sling that came as part of the 1st place giveaway, obviously I can't send that out to Canada.
Yeah.
So Daniel said, just donate it to 2nd place winner. So when I messaged him and said, like, Rocky Mountains donated you their sling as well, he just went mental.
I'm still really sad that I didn't get to make fires. I had all these plans. Stefan was going to help me.
That is an awesome looking
He was
kit,
going to be my
right?
carer.
Oh.
Keep me out of trouble.
Well, you're on Northern Limits
You can burn them
BCS.
and
You're following Northern Limits BCS now, mate. So go on to his thing. He's doing a giveaway every now and again. And if you want one of those fire starter kits, if you're interested in that sort of stuff, just give him a shout. Tell him that I sent you over, and you'll get a discount.
Yeah, I'll give him some wood.
He's a good guy. I've known him for 17 years now.
So he's local to you then?
No, he's nowhere near me.
Oh, okay.
No. And the only reason, so we've known each other for years, but because if you remember back to, for the majority of February, I was working away.
Yeah.
Which just happens that he was sent away from his home location as well. And we ended up working away in the same place.
All right, cool.
Which is why we got together to do that collab that's on his channel. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, he's a good guy. And that's his plan for the future. He's doing the whole like bushcraft and survival weekends, like parents can take their kids away to learn some basic survival skills, bits and pieces like that.
Sorry,
really like that, isn't he?
So that's fine.
I just want
to.
I'll be round in a minute. I'll drop you this.
I just want my own sauce.
Well, the next batch is going to be a bit warmer, I think.
Oh no.
Oh no.
just a little bit. You'll have to get him, Stefan, when you get that pure chili paste through, you'll have to get him to try some of that as well.
That's enough. Actually, I wanted to do that on a live.
Okay.
So yeah.
I'm not doing that with you.
Pour it down your throat.
We'll do the collab that you've got in plan.
Yeah, all right. We'll do that one.
2 seconds, because I'll grab it and I'll show you the difference in colour between the finished result and what the pure stuff looks like.
All right.
But yeah, that plan that you had earlier is really good stuff because it gives me some exposure to teas as well.
Yeah, definitely. Were you here when I was talking about it, Tom?
Huh?
Tom, were you here when I was talking about it?
No, I don't think so.
Me and Scott are doing an upcoming video together.
Right,
At some
so
point.
this is one of the last tester bottles that's left from the V2.
They're so tiny.
They're awesome, aren't they? And this, Stefan, is your bottle of pure chili paste.
Can we full screen that quickly?
Hold on.
Jesus.
Wow.
Is it a red bottle or is the liquid red?
No, mate, it's... Hang on.
A clear bottle.
Go on, Wayne, do a finger dip.
Yeah, you can kind of sort of see through.
Oh my god. Jesus.
So yeah, I say massive difference.
I think you should keep the V2 recipe though, because that is a banging sauce.
So the recipe's the same. I've not changed the recipe. I'm doing it in exactly the same way. The only difference is I've added a few more Carolina Reapers to it.
Okay. So if I'd done a special request for the V2 version, you could send me out. If the other one's a bit too hot.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I've got it all written down now.
Stone Circle Tarantulas Wimp Sauce. Scott's Animal Event.
So I was thinking of doing a different, like coming up with my own label for it, obviously, because we've got Stone Circle Tarantulas. Eventually, we're changing to Stone Circle Exotics because we don't just do tarantulas anymore. But then I wanted something.
Project.
Yeah, I wanted some. Yeah, I wanted something that was. I wanted something that was still part of the brand, but not linked to the animals for the hot sauce. So I came up with this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but you can give me your. This is a first sort of working version.
If I can't put it in, send me it on Insta and I'll let you know what I think.
Yeah,
Oh, I like that.
Oh wow. That's
that's
awesome.
mate.
It's cool.
I want stickers of that as well.
Yeah, we're same.
So what do you reckon?
Yes, mate. That's a
Go
keeper.
for it.
So I think that's going to be the future branding for the hot sauce.
And that one you've got the red
Sidex just had
line.
a name.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Actually, that's not a bad shout. But yeah, so that's the plan on moving forward with the sauce.
Well, if you want that name, Wayne, copyright it now quickly before Sidex gets in there.
Hey, I've
Yeah,
already got.
poor man's copyright. Just scribble it on a
I've
bit of
got
paper, stick it in an
speakers
envelope,
going
and post it to yourself.
That's it. There you go.
That get your nose off. Oh, what's happened to? Oh, I was going to say, what's happened to Stefan? You look like a magic eye picture for a minute there.
A what?
It all went pixelated. Do you remember those magic eye pictures, the ones that you're supposed to stare at for ages, and then it just went mental like that? Hey, look at that. That's a cool little dude.
It's a Orthroporus Desert Gold millipede,
Nice.
and I got it off a mate because she had some bad luck with her millipedes, and she was a little bit concerned that it was something she was doing, so she wanted to give it to someone that was more like had more time in that, just to make sure that it was all right. But
Yeah.
this ties in with my hog nose, so it's a experimental addition to the cleanup crew. If I get
Nice.
worried about it, then I will separate it, of course. Yeah,
Awesome.
he's loving it in there though. When I first got him, he was nibbling my fingers.
Oh.
I must say, that's one thing that I would like to add more of is millipedes.
Yeah.
It's having the room.
Well, the only two I've got at the moment I got from Scott, and me and Sarah have been saying for ages we wanted to get something that was a little bit more kid friendly, so that we could get the kids a little bit more interested in the inverts and stuff. Obviously, they got their stick insects, but the Eurocantha calculatas were the males particularly were quite nasty, and they have those massive, great big fawns on the back legs, and they jab you with them every opportunity they get. So we were like, okay, maybe we'll try and find something else that the kids are a little bit more like chilled out with. So yeah, first two millipedes I got from Scott.
I'd advise some sun beetles. I might have breeding sun beetles, I might not. I don't know how they're doing in their setup, but I know where you can get them for a good price. And if you're in one of my groups on Facebook, you get 10% off from this
Okay.
one.
So I like the sun beetles, but I get loads of them. So I buy pack noda grubs, not for feeders, but I hatch them out. So I've got a proper little communal setup with some isopods and stuff in, and then it's got the sun beetles in as well. So we're getting those hatch out all the time. What I'm really looking for is the it's one of the subspecies of Pachnoda. It's the purple metallic flower beetles. I think they're called purple jewel beetles or something like that.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I just don't know the name of them.
Yeah, they look shape wise, they're almost identical to flower beetles. They're just purple and metallic.
Yeah.
I need to find something.
Give it a couple of months or so you get a bit more size. But I can probably do you a couple of bumblebee millipedes. The Anadenobacterialis.
Okay.
That's what I was just looking for.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I've got 14 of them coming, and I've already got over 10 of them, but they're all quite small at the moment.
Wow.
Once they get a bit more size, I'll have a breeding colony that's pretty good, and I'll probably be able to sort you out with a couple of those.
What do you feed your millipedes?
So the main thing is getting a decent millipede substrate that's got no cocoa fibre in.
Yeah.
And then additionally to that, I use hardwood leaf litter, same as isopods. and the real key one is really good rotted whitewood.
Yep.
What's that? Oak leaves.
Yeah.
20 odd.
Yeah. But with the whitewood, you know when you've got it really good because you can literally just rub your fingers together and it will just turn into dust.
Yeah, it's the one thing I've just used the last of actually. So I've just used all the last of my whitewood. I need to get some.
I went foraging and I've only just got the bravery to set up a couple of my new zebra isopod enclosures with it, and I'm really worried about putting them in because I don't want it to go wrong. But it can't be that hard, can it? It's just leaves and wood.
Pretty much.
The main thing is bringing other things in, but I've baked the wood at a very, very low temperature for a long time.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't break down any of the good stuff in it, but it should kill any bugs in there.
You recognise that, Scott?
My little babies I gave to Stefan.
Well, you didn't give it to me.
Oh yeah, sorry. His little girl.
Oh.
She's laughing.
He's got one of my bumblebee babies as well, but I don't want to skip them purely and simply because they're so small and fragile. You know, they're smaller, if not the same size as that mystery one. The only reason I picked the mystery one is because I knew that it had already been established in that.
Yeah.
Oh, is that when you bumblebees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are
I've got some cool macro shots I'll send you guys in a bit.
Right.
I've got to pop off in a minute anyway because everyone's going to bed, but I'll send you guys some macros of my millipedes. I'll probably be putting them on Instagram soon anyway.
Awesome. I look forward to seeing them, dude. Look at that.
Oh, nice one.
I can't wait for that little tiny one to grow to see what it turns into, you know.
Yeah, man, it'll be really cool. I think it's either a giant or it's an olive, but that's only speculation.
Yeah, I'm happy either way. So a tiger hissing roach.
Halloween
hissing, yeah.
Before I go, I'll get my assassin bug down and I'll show you my little nymph.
She's loving these.
They are cool.
Mm. Yeah, Scott got one of my assassin bugs. Which I really want one. And I'm going to be ordering more off Steve's anyway soon.
Yeah, I'm going to get some more.
So I was just like, you can have one. Where is it?
Hang on. I'm going to be brave.
Watch, it's in the lid.
Oh, it's not in the lid.
And you just let it go.
There you go. That's in a better position now.
Oh, yeah, I see. Oh, look at that.
I was really brave, Stefan. I used my fingers.
Most of my hisses, sorry.
You see the concentration?
Most of mine now.
That's got me sweating more than the chili sauce. I'll see you guys in a bit. I'll catch up with you either later on or tomorrow.
All right, buddy.
Yeah,
You take care, mate. It's good chatting, yeah. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
Yeah, that's what I was saying last week, is that I keep looking out at the minute for the predatory beetles.
Yeah.
That's the one. I've already got something out there in mind that I can put them in and everything. So
it's just seeing them available.
At the minute, it's filled with cork bark with no glass on the front. So there's a slight hiccup, but that it's not that it can't be sorted within, you know.
Yeah.
And if I get some, then I think I'll need about 6 or 7, maybe 9. Because I mean, the Viv that I've got for them's like 2'4" long by 18 inches wide. So
Yep.
I want a nice few of them, just the same as my Defay and Beetles.
So I want.
I got 6 of them. So
Ooh, there you go, Tom.
yeah, no, it wasn't with them. No, I did see that video. They were just sharing a TikTok video. I did see it. And as soon as I saw it, I checked their website.
Oh.
Just the only thing with them is that they don't. I mean, they last like a reasonable time, but they don't last too long. Sort of like a couple of years, maybe or so. Whereas the Blue Defay and Beetles, I've heard people that they've had them like up to 15 years.
Wow.
So yeah, you know, that's the thing with the Defay and Beetles. I know they're quite expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love some.
You know, you're talking 16 quid each. But when you can potentially get 15 years out of them, it's, you know, you're looking at
they're so hard to breed.
Yeah, they are extremely hard to breed.
Yeah.
But I've got a bit of an idea in my head that potentially could work. So this summertime, we're going to attempt something.
Awesome. See, I've never really been that fascinated by beetles and stuff, except for the really big species, like the rhino beetles, the elephant beetle, Hercules beetle, stuff like that. Like, yeah, that's definitely something I'll do at some stage. Problem is, you can never actually get the beetles. You can only generally get the grubs. And a lot of people I know of have like kept the grubs. The grubs have like pupated or turned into sort of little chrysalis and then never develop any further. So, but I would love to grow on some of those really, really big species of beetles because of just the colouring on those and stuff is phenomenal. That would be a nice big setup you could do with some live orchids in it or something like that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, Sidex, that's what I've got mine with. I've got mine with my Desert Hairy. Six beetles and Desert Hairy. All living together.
What are the ones that look like sun beetles, but they're like bright purple?
I was just talking about them, wasn't I? That's what I was just talking to Scott about.
Yeah.
The purple metallic ones. Yeah, metallic purple ones. Yeah, I think they're called, I think they're just purple flower beetles, I think, or purple jewel beetles.
Yeah, that might be it.
There's a couple of places on eBay you can get the grubs from.
Okay.
Supposedly. I've never bought anything like that off eBay, to be honest, so I don't know. But yeah, they look amazing.
Yeah, my little one keeps seeing CDBs have got this program now about all the creepy crawlies and all that, and one of them it was they went somewhere and they had all these beetles, and she's like, "Oh, I want some of them bright purple ones." I'm like, "Oh, they are nice."
Yeah.
One thing that I'd like to get is the emerald beetles.
Oh, the big metallic green ones.
Yeah.
I used to have some when I first got into the hobby. They were one of the first things I got. They were amazing.
You get them emerald roaches as well, didn't you? They look very similar.
That was what I had. The P Magnifica.
Yeah, something like that.
I think it was.
I like them. I like banana roaches. Banana roaches look cool.
Purple jewel beetle. Lot of 4. Oh, United States. Never mind.
Yeah, I think like last time I looked was about 4 or 5 months ago. Oh, Scott's back in the chat.
Yeah, I mean those emerald brooches. I think they're about 35 quid for 5 or something.
Yeah,
So they're
not something you grow on to use as feeders, are they?
No,
not really.
I only bought 4 of them, but I'm pretty sure they were 7-8 quid a pop.
Cheers, Sidex, mate. Thanks for joining us again. If you're about next week, mate, jump on with us. It's my stream next week.
It is indeed.
It is. Yeah, it's my stream next week, dude. Feel free if you're about. Be nice to have you on again.
Yeah, I was about to say. I just looked at the time. Then actually, I think it's almost time that I called.
Yeah, whenever you're ready, mate. It's your stream tonight, so you've got work tomorrow. I actually don't have to get up early tomorrow morning for a change, but I'm happy to call it a night because it's been a long day and I'm shattered.
I know. For me, I've just enjoyed 4 days off, so I was like, I couldn't believe it.
Oh, Sidex, before you go, don't forget, mate. Don't forget, if that sauce doesn't turn up tomorrow, let me know. I'll ship you another batch.
And the guy that made your signs for you, Wayne, your friend that made your wooden signs, have you got a link? Have you got a link, or have you got a website or anything like that to get hold of them?
Yes, mate. So yeah, I'll send it. I was going to say in the video that I did where I showed them in the video and stuff. I can't remember which video that was now.
No, I can't.
But in the description is a link to his Facebook. But it's probably quicker for me to just send it you directly on Messenger.
Cool. Because I want to get one for this room, and I want to get one once the tortoise table's all set up as well for him.
Good shout. Good shout. He's also just got himself a 3D printer as well. So he started to do like 3D signs and things like that. So that'll be fun. That's the next one for me, is to see if I can get somebody that's like an absolute ninja at graphic designing to bring my logo and turn it into a 3-dimensional logo.
No.
So I want to keep the original design. The design's got to stay the same, but just to turn it 3-dimensional. So the stones in the circle have got to be proper 3-dimensional stones. 3-dimensional tarantula in the middle of it.
I might have to have a chat with them.
Yeah?
Yeah, not so much about that, but I want to talk a few other designs with him. Not so much about my channel or anything, but within tank designs.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah. So
I'll send you a link to his thing now, mate. I'll do it while I'm speaking so I don't forget, because otherwise I'll get off the stream and in a week's time you'll be like, can you send me that link, mate?
Yeah, I've always had like ideas floating around in my head, but I've just never had someone that does the 3D printing side of things. So
yeah,
I might have to fire a couple of questions and stuff over to him.
Yeah, awesome. So hang on, what's the easiest way to do this? Messenger. New group, participants, you and you. There we go. Next.
Your source fights back, Wayne.
Yes, it does. Right, there you go, Tom.
Cool.
So I've just created a group on Messenger that's basically the three of us, and done it as an introduction. So there. Now you've got a direct line of comms with him. A ring of fire, yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm sure if all plans out, Wayne, then there'll be a little something in there for you. Don't worry. With it, we'll just see how far things go first.
Roger. I'll wait out. But yeah, if you're interested in getting some stuff made up, mate, and he wants to, you know, I'm sure he'll square you away at a decent price. I think being a relatively small business and not a lot of people wanting bespoke carpentry work done and stuff at the moment, he'll be pleased for anything that comes his way. So I'm sure he'll square you away. He's pretty quick as well. He'll get it done pretty rapid.
Yeah, well, I want one for down this end of the room that, you know, you see all the signs that say, like, obviously, beware of the tarantula, but I want one made up in wood, because obviously everything else down this end is all wood, isn't it? So
it looks less tacky, doesn't it? It's a little bit more.
I want something made up that's going to go with the room.
Yeah. Apart from the loads and loads of pottery you've got above you.
Yeah, but that's up there.
Well, he is actually a qualified chippy. So what he actually does is build things for people. So he builds bespoke bits of furniture, bespoke boxes, and all that sort of stuff. Oh, so you could have a chat with him about reinforcing your shelving.
Making me just a pottery shelf.
But yeah, he does all that sort of like that weird wood burning and then filling it all in with resin and stuff, and does some amazing stuff. Some amazing stuff he turns out. But I'll send you the link to his Facebook page as well, so you can have a look through and see some of the other bits and pieces he's produced.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But like I say, you can speak to him directly about what your requirements are and stuff. But yeah, if you want to have a look through his stuff, he's done some good stuff on there. Last one he done was a Viking style, like a chest. So it was like a big old sort of style chest, but all carved with Viking runes and all that sort of stuff. Really smart. Mm-hmm. Like proper antique ironware on it. So like big old like wrought iron hinges and a big old wrought iron locking mechanism and stuff like that. Went wandering off into the woods, found a load of like deer skulls and things like that, and turned them into a set of coat hooks. The antlers on them. Yeah, it's mental. But yeah, so yeah, give him a shout, mate. I'm sure he'll sort you out.
Yeah.
So all right then, matey. We'll let you get yourself off to bed after your nice break. You can get ready for work again tomorrow.
Yeah. And well, thank you everyone for joining. We shall hopefully see you all again next week over on this guy. It's always so confusing.
Yeah.
With stuff.
Right, it's always the opposite way.
Right. I know, but you always forget though. No matter what you do, you always just
in the direction you look. Right, guys.
We'll catch you all again soon. Thanks again.
Week,
guys,
and I'll see you next week on my channel. Good night, guys. Guys that left in the chat, thanks for joining. We'll see you again next week.